He's got haters. This guy, with like all the comments were like, it's so good to hear from like a real track guy as opposed to like the influencer losers that just take it and love it. Like, what's wrong with you people? That's why nobody reads your goddamn comments.
Yeah.
Top of the screen.
Whoa, was that you?
Yeah.
Sounds just like you.
It's just actually, let me play that so I can mute it.
Let me
Top of the screen. They've made contact. Zarco comes around and he's going to try and take a defensive line.
Hey everybody, we're live on the Revival Motoring Podcast, but the light's not on right now. We're pre-partying. Let's get ready. We got a Supra. We went on a mountain. Young Ben's here.
Ben, what
on
color?
Facebook Marketplace.
Yellow.
Like in your face.
Yeah, a lot of effort there, Ben.
I'll talk about it on the podcast, but I 100% drove the fucking emblem off my car at the track day.
Is that yellow? Looks pretty yellow, I think.
Yeah.
See what it looks like on the Strem.
That casting
that's
couch
yellow.
lighting. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we get that lighting. That's it. Josh worked on the casting couch for a stint.
Yep.
He didn't work on the show. He was on it. Spent a little time just testing her out.
So what brings you here today?
Would you like to make $2,000 to $5,000 a week?
I love like the shitty. I always go on like the shitty local Rhode Island news to like read the crazy conspiracy theorist point of view and everything because we line up perfectly.
Yeah.
And the amount of you can make $1,200 a week from your couch.
Yeah.
It's like the Autobots doing that stuff. Incredible. The Autobots used to save us from crime, but now
They just
not crime from the bad guys.
now they just do Dodge commercials.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh,
So I got
I've
my
been searching
notes
for Steve
here.
Rex.
Um,
Oh, I didn't bring my fucking Bobo.
Oh man, you're not gonna be able to honk on
I'm
it.
not gonna be the honk on Bobo. Sorry, everybody in the chat room. I know we missed Lock City Pudfa. I heard it was incredible. It was just like it would have been way too much. I mean, we'll talk about it, but I took a stint in the Supra in the passenger seat. That's how much driving we did Saturday. So work from home stuffing envelopes. I don't even want to know if that refers to Josh on the casting couch. I don't appreciate it.
Yeah. Watch your tone.
Watch your tone. Oh boy.
there we go. All right.
What else is going on? So we're here in our East Providence lair, new studio, working on our new shop space soon.
Yep.
Young Ben's in the building.
High energy.
There we go.
How you doing, young Ben? You ready to bring it?
What up, Ronald Blues?
Okay.
I think we all now agree that yellow cars are the best cars.
100%. Yep. Sold on yellow.
Yeah. Never buy one.
No. But I will take a free one.
Yeah.
What did I want to put in the thing? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see here. My super gripes are incredible.
Yeah, I got a whole section written on like little gripes.
I didn't write much of anything.
That'd be my rap name, Lil Gripes.
Little gripes.
Little Gripes, you know.
That's a pretty good rap name. Actually.
Yeah, enough for nothing. I thought so too. Lil
Wow.
Gripes.
Yeah. Supra's fucking cool. I like it, the amount of people that don't like it. Like, if you see it in real life, like, we'll get into it, but shit, you see that thing in real life, you're like, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like pretty cool in person.
It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think about. I had another gripe with it, but I forgot what it is. I'll figure it out. Yellow monsters and yellow cars. Absolutely, Puffer, you get it. I had one on the way here. Just came up here from deep South Connecticut.
Yeah, real deep.
I was talking to Homeboy, and I was
How was
like,
the traffic out there? Not bad?
nothing on the way back.
Good.
Talking to Homeboy, I was like, how far is this from Stanford? It's like 20 minutes. Like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You're like one exit away or
Dude, I
something.
know
Yeah.
how far Stanford is. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
I figured I'd be like an hour out. It's like 4 o'clock. I'm like, well, I'm lucky I have the computer that they broadcast this live from. So I'd be out.
Literally nowheresville. Yeah.
It you posted the video of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
in contrast. And I'm like, wait, he posted that 28 minutes ago. Holy shit.
I'm already at the building. Yeah, but I saw you. The camera popped up and it was you in the building. I was like,
Yeah.
there's someone I'm going to let down today.
You sent that picture to the Finger Tight group chat, and I was like, you said current situation. I'm like, well, I hope maybe that was current as in like 45 minutes
Dude,
ago situation.
Yeah, he must have just posted that.
I hammered the shit out of the
Yeah.
ride up here. Yeah, we'll get into that thing. I'm more a fan than I initially was.
Completely agreed.
What else we
That
got?
covers it. Young Ben, can you give me a little vocalization?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's sounding crisp.
Yeah, you
get
sounded
my
super
little-
crisp. I like that. You bringing some content today?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
High
A man
energy.
of many, many
Yeah, don't
words.
get too hyped over there.
Yeah, Jesus, buddy, freaking me
Slow
out.
it down.
I think we're good to go.
Yeah, you want to make it
I
happen?
think so. I think we're all right.
I should tell everybody the pre-party. If you're looking at this YouTube video and you watch this regularly, and you're like, "How do I know when it starts?" We literally slammed the giant logo on the screen the whole time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
What, the
you'll see.
pre-party one or?
no, the one it's just Revival
just a
Motoring
big
over
logo.
the thing.
Yeah. And then
So if you're trying to find when the show starts, just look for that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sure I'll forget it now,
Yeah.
but
to
previously,
Also, if you subscribe
On
to
the
the
real
channel,
world.
you get a notification on your phone.
yeah, that we're live, but we're pre-partying. So
Yeah.
like, comment, subscribe.
if you just like roll into this thing and you don't usually watch this,
Right.
you're just like, "What the shit is going on right now?"
This is fucking stupid.
This
What
is so
it? Yeah,
profane.
yeah.
They lost all their money immediately. Hey, Virgie, what's up, Virg? Good
Shouts
to see
Virg.
you, man. Up in the chat room, all up in the VI.
Hope you got some pickled eggs.
Yeah,
I think that's what he was talking about that day.
love
I
them.
think we're good to go, right?
Let's party, buddy.
All right. Welcome, everybody. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I am joined by Chuck Hu
Yo.
and Corey. I can't drive 55.si.
Oh.
Ciao,
shit.
Contadino.
We also have young Ben hanging out, ready to bring the hot fire.
Hello.
High energy.
There he is. Before
What a great song.
Young man.
I can't drive 55.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
drive
Oh,
55.
fucking classic.
How accurate is that? What you were listening to the entire drive?
I wish.
Before we
Highway
get
to the Danger Zone was what I was listening to the whole time.
fucking Kenny Loggins. Before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by Revival Motoring. Visit our YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're there right now watching the live stream, thank you. Then go over to iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, and, a comment. Tickle our fancy. Then visit revivalmotoring.com, hit up our shop, and snag some merch. Between our podcast, videos, and print magazine, we produce content on a weekly basis. We are able to do that because of your support. So visit the webpage and grab something.
Because of viewers like you.
Because viewers, listeners, readers, just like yourself. So thank you very much, and pat yourself on the back. Once you're done patting yourself on the back, go visit Dent Patrol. What is Dent Patrol, you ask? Well, have you or anyone you know experienced a ding, a dent, or crease in your beloved vehicle? Did you happen to take a trip for a gallon of milk only to come out and see that some reckless child or stray shopping cart has left your sheet metal with what can now be described as a crater of filth? A blemish on your once perfect panel. Perhaps you had an incident with a cake. Anyone? Whatever the case, Dent Patrol is here to help. Perfecting paintless dent repair in the New England area since 1996. They are fully insured, family owned and operated. There is no paint involved. They can save you from an insurance deductible, lost time at the body shop, and they will come to you. So, if you have a small ding, dent, or crease in your beloved car that you want to get looked at and taken care of, go visit Dent Patrol on Instagram at Dent Patrol or Facebook.com/Dent Patrol. They can literally make magic happen. They are wizards. It's serious.
Goddamn, they trying to do a live demo on a Toyota Supra?
Yeah.
Had some kid with peanut allergies lose it. Little fucker.
Bit of an incident.
I gotta check them out. See what they can do for on the Polo, because I got that little ding dent and Ripple. All in
Yeah,
one.
I got some.
Yeah.
I got some dents that need to be patrolled. If I'm honest, I got
Yeah.
one in the car outside. Can you get them up here right now? How fast is their service, Josh?
Just
They're
we'll
out
hit 'em
there
up right
now.
now. Yeah, they're on their way.
Telepathic.
But seriously, go check out their Instagram in particular because that's where they post pictures, before and afters, videos, all that sort of stuff. It literally is like magic.
You know these guys? Can you get them on the line?
We probably could. Yeah, we probably
get
could.
some stuff.
Matter of fact, we can get them up here for a demo if we really.
I got
wanted
some dents to
I'm sure we
remove.
could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a whole crew of people with dents to remove.
it's true.
Let's get some dents going,
We
baby.
do a group buy.
Dent
Yeah,
day.
then we can do testimonials ourselves.
Can how much for a day? Can we get you for a day?
Can we get you for a whole day?
Yeah.
What's the
Just
day?
keep bringing stuff over here.
Day rate.
What do they do about tire wall damage?
A bit of an off.
Bit of an off. Had a bit of an off. Car got away from me. Road
Yeah.
got away from me.
What is it? I overfueled it.
Overfueled it. Yeah,
Overfueled
yeah.
it. That's a good one.
Oh, babe was overfueled.
Bit too much in the tank.
That was an excuse that Lynch was given at a Lock City.
That guy kept overfueling.
Yeah.
One of the Lock City events we went to, the guy just kept overfueling.
Yeah.
If you're a listener, God bless.
Yeah.
We've been using that excuse ever since.
Thanks for the content.
Overfueled it. You know how it goes. Throw your weight balance off. You got
Yeah.
this baby on the scales. You get 10 gallons,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You
Lynch
put
had,
12 and you're going.
Your CG's all screwed up.
he had to drive out to go see what happened because it was taking a little while to get the car moving. And the excuse was, I overfueled it.
Overfueled it. You know how it is.
Proper excuse.
Yeah.
Have
I've
to save.
overfueled cars before and have them shut off mid-race.
Have to save that one. That's it for our ads. If you'd like to add, yes, if you'd like to add.
Yeah, you want to be an
If
ad?
you would like to get involved with some ads, hit us up, info@revivalmotoring.com, or hit up any of us on DM because we're only a couple clicks away, if you will. So
Yeah, work side deals.
with that,
Yeah.
that said,
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
callbacks.
Who's got callbacks?
Callbacks. Well, I got some callbacks, I guess. I don't want to get into our big callback, which I think we can all get into.
No.
Yeah, that's huge callback.
So I'll get into my small weekend callback, which isn't a weekend because it was Monday. But your boy took down the jersey, took down the flame suit,
Yeah.
back to Thompson this Monday. Little track night with the boyos. Big shout to the whole Ransom Garage crew. Good to see Pete and Big Seat over there. Rest of the boys, Liam. Jesus, the other guy with the Porsche, which is fucking sick. And then I saw my buddy Ted there. I saw Andy with the
Yep.
RS4 that was here.
Yep.
Boy, did we have a day. You know? It was the first day back. I was in the intermediate group. Bad call. Should have been in advance.
Oh, okay. I
Advanced.
thought you were
Wow.
talking about the other direction.
Should have been in advance. No, I just got harassed that I wasn't because everybody else was.
Oh, okay.
Nice first day back. Definitely not fast. First day back, man.
Just
it was man.
comfortable.
I
Just
was
getting
just
comfortable.
I must have been Sunday cruising.
Yeah.
I was king of the points, man. They just keep going. You know. I was at one point. I'm
I mean,
driving.
It's an endurance race, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
20-minute endurance race.
Yeah.
And there's literally a Porsche Turbo in front of me that will not let me pass him. So you have to get pointed past.
Yeah.
Will not let me point past. So I have like 6 guys behind me, and so I just slow down and let them all pass.
Yeah.
Lets them all pass. Still wouldn't let me pass.
So the Porsche lets everyone
Everybody-
else pass.
There was 2 Porsches in something else. It's 3 cars.
But when Charlie Race
When
Car
Charlie
comes
Race
up,
Car gets behind him, he's not letting me pass.
rude. That's
It's rude, and you can only pass in passing zones.
Yeah.
So, like, on the corners, I'd be like, get out of my fucking way. And then he'd get out of a corner and get a little torque. And he's, like, still not even a car length ahead of me. Like, dude, if you just let me get through a corner, you're
Yeah.
not going to be able to catch up with me. So that was interesting. And that set the tone of my day. We're like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to go fast anymore. I'm just going to enjoy my turns.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed my turns, hung back. Definitely, did not set any speed records, but I did drive the rondo off the front of my car.
I saw that.
So that's
yeah.
how you know you go hard.
Right, you're
It
going.
was just
Yeah.
delaminate and just kind of.
I didn't even see it come off.
Well, the
if I'm honest, I
badge
think
is still there. It's like the lamination
Just the
and the
top.
logo's gone.
The
Yeah.
plastic, the
Yeah.
glue's still there.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. That kind of set the tone for the day. I'm just not gonna. I'm just whatever. I'm just gonna enjoy it, and I can enjoy it without having to go 100% because I've gone 100 plus before.
Yeah.
10 tenths.
I mean, I'm
if
just
you will.
really great at late braking.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's my only advantage on anybody.
Some may say you turned it up to 11.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
You know, I was interested. I saw that the wife made it out
Mm-hmm.
to go see what you were up to.
Can't make sure I'm treating her car right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
the
she,
wife
was
and the
she
kids
overly
came out.
impressed?
No. She's if we're being honest, she's never been impressed with anything I've done. But there was a really good ice cream place, Bogies. Shout out to Bogies, and we went and had chicken fingers and ice cream after with the kiddos.
It actually sounds like a great night.
So it was
awesome.
fun, and it's a nice ride out. So yeah, they get to come and check it out. So now on the other hand, Big C and Liam were there, and those guys were hauling ass.
Now, who's Liam? I don't know.
Liam's one of Big C's boys who drives a 235, I believe, the blue one.
Okay.
And they were having the time of their lives.
Big C posts some videos.
Yeah, Big C doesn't play around. Listen,
Yeah.
I never claimed to be a great driver.
Yeah, Big C
I
can
just
drive.
enjoy myself out there. Big C and Liam could those guys ripped. It was really, really cool to see them crushing around there. Big C has a single exit exhaust on his E46 M3 that I think he thought was going to be quieter. I don't know why you'd think that with
Makes
a
all
single
the
exit
noise?
exhaust. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Definitely, he brought his own Laguna Seca pipe. This is way beyond decibel levels.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys were ripping around. And then at one point in my group, a car disabled itself, and it was obviously a G35 with straight pipes on it.
Yep.
So that black flagged us for a little while. But Andy was there. And Andy,
How'd Andy do?
I'll tell you what, beginner group, which he should have been a group up, but
Yeah.
it happens. His car's very fast.
Yeah.
It's an S4 that's been converted into a full RS4 B5, which is the best year,
Yeah.
the best generation.
Lots.
Big brakes, big everything. So he decided at one point he was going to bump the curb at the end of turn one, which doesn't result in good at that track. Very big curb, big drop on the other end. He went up and over, used the Quattro to get him out.
Yeah.
Did a whole lap, then realized he was getting black flagged because when you do that, you're supposed to go in. Had a talk with, I believe, Greg over there. And I was like, you know what, Andy, I'm real proud of you. You know, get black flagged.
Yeah.
I've been there. If you get black flagged again and get thrown off, this is going to be the proudest night of my life. So then last run group,
Yeah.
Andy loses his brakes about halfway down the braking zone.
Which is not a funny thing.
No, because that car is fucking fast. And tossed it over the curb and had to coast back to the pit to get told not to go back on the track, which he had no problem with because he really didn't have any brakes at all. So, yeah, he got double black flagged like I did on my first track day. Never been this proud. So proud that he couldn't get his car back, so I drove him home to Providence.
I saw the car got its way back to Benchworks, so
It did. I'm sure Jesse fixed it.
Getting sorted.
He think the master exploded on him. I didn't see him go off because I was trying to get my kids to the ice cream spot. But I'm glad I messaged him because, I mean, you don't want to be stuck on Thompson if you live in Providence. It's
quite
a ride.
Right.
So, yeah, everybody
hell of
had
an Uber
fun.
ride.
I suggest anybody, I didn't say it before this. I didn't hype it up as I was so excited about our Mount Washington thing. But there's another one at the end of next month. Anybody, even if you have no experience at all, go to a track night in America, it's called. I don't know why the in's there, but TNIA.
Yep.
And just come out and rip it, man. It is so much fun. Beginner group's fun. The whole thing's fun. So I think we're going. I'm going to sign up for the next one shortly. God, it really is. It's like $175 or $170 if you don't have like the discount stuff.
I was gonna say, and they do. You can get track day insurance.
Oh yeah, I got track day insurance. And my track day insurance, full disclosure, was like $111 for $25,000.
Yeah.
And I always get it because I've met the wall before.
You understand the risks.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if I'm honest, I'm not as bad as I was when I hit the wall.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to keep it on the track most of the time at Thompson, especially with this more runoff.
No, you.
But
know
if
your
I
limits
put in
now.
if I don't spring the $111 and put it in a wall,
Yeah.
I'm going to be kicking myself
Yeah.
in the face for the rest of my life. So it's just a thing. I just add it to the cost. So track nights cost me like $260.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's great. Yeah, Peter Ransman wants me to get that orange wristband, which means advanced group. Yeah, I might next time. I don't know. It's all about passing. If you're good with passing and like in the advanced group you can pass anywhere, you still get a point.
Okay.
But that would have helped me in the Porsche Turbo situation because I could have just run him off a curb, run him off a turn. I mean, I felt bad for the guys in a Porsche Turbo, and I'm catching them because I'm not fast, not in a fast car.
Right. But yeah.
My wife posted a video of me like ripping around, and there was like a C4 Vet behind it, and my buddy Dave was like, "Yeah, I can tell you weren't going fast. There was like a C4 Vet on your ass." Like, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Like I had slicks in the big motor, but who knows?
Yeah.
Big LS.
How low car friendly is track night from Diesel Dave? I mean, it's a track. It's super low car
Yeah,
friendly. I mean, as long as your shit doesn't rub. I mean, if it rubs on turns, nobody's gonna care about you. But
Right.
I would have it not rub on turns. If you've seen my M Coupe, it is not low. It's quite low.
Yeah.
I think it tucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just
Yeah,
compared
no,
to
as-
like a stock
You guys
car-
are fucking full
No,
front
no,
guys.
no,
It's a
as-
monster truck for you guys. But I mean, it's a pain to get into it so low.
As
Yeah.
long as you're not like VIP low.
Yeah, if you're not
fine.
VIP low, you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, a lot of the drift cars out there are pretty
No,
fucking low anyway.
if it doesn't rub, send it basically. And if it
Yeah.
rubs, it's just going to slow you down. But if your car's that low, you're not out there for track time anyway. So
and
who cares?
it'll only rub for so long.
They don't time it either. You got to time your own shit, which I'm never going to do. So someone asked me what my time was. I was like, I don't know, but I know it wasn't fast.
I don't know. You're out there to enjoy yourself, to have
Right,
fun.
right.
Why do
Sunday,
you
little
gotta-
Sunday lap. I keep the cruise control on, and I have. I'm turning it off this next time. So see you guys.
Wait, what? Cruise control?
The traction control rather. Sorry.
Oh, is it? I'm like
cruise
what?
control? Yeah,
Cruise
keep it about
control?
80.
It's just like cruise
No,
control.
no, I'm sorry. Traction
Wow, this
control.
is something new for me.
I've been keeping it on, just
Yeah.
trying to get acquainted. But like, when I read my M3, there's nothing in that
Yeah.
car, and it's way better. I can feel it pulling power, and it's probably because I'm about to spin. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it with it off.
All right, report back.
Elevation changes on corners. Diesel Dave asks. No, I think you'll be fine. There's not
Yeah,
too many.
especially at
I mean,
Thompson.
The last corner you could probably get air if you're really ripping.
There's that section towards the back where it's
But there's not a bunch of
left
elevation
or right.
changes.
Yeah,
That
no, it's
final
really
right
not.
onto the straight is an elevation change on the corner, but
I mean, there's no carousel if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're gonna have to go a little further for that.
and it's minimal elevation change and it's gradual.
You can definitely that last one. You can definitely get the car light.
Can you?
Yeah, and everybody's
So
definitely
that
full on.
last right. Okay. Yeah.
That last right before the straight is
Yeah.
like an upsy daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you're not a fucking idiot, you would be fine.
Yeah.
And if you rub on it, it'll just slow you down and let everybody pass you on the straight. So I love it. I suggest it to everybody. It's cheap. It's an hour track time if you're not in Novus, and if you're in Novus, you get another 20 minutes. So it's an hour 20. And then if you do the parade lap, as Pete pointed out, you're like an hour 40 of track time. I mean, one of them you can't pass it's frowned upon to pass on the parade lap.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a familiarization.
Unless you pass the pace car, in which case you're setting the pace.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I
then
would
that's
imagine-
also your one and only lap.
Yeah.
Someone
You're-
looks down on you.
Someone's going to pit maneuver you
Yeah.
off that track. Yeah.
What about the advanced group? How long do they get?
Everybody gets 3 20-minute sessions.
Okay. Okay.
But the advanced group probably gets double the amount of laps in because they're all way faster.
right.
But my buddy Ted was in an XR4 Ti,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, I just let everybody pass me, and I enjoy myself. The advanced group you can pass anywhere, so it's helpful. So I think it's not about being fast; it's about
and
getting your shit right.
I was just gonna say, and it's a great opportunity to drive your car the way you can't drive it on the street.
Yes, well,
with-
on your way back from this, you're like, yeah, I don't have to go fast anymore.
You know, I've heard that a lot from a lot of like actual professional race car drivers. They're like, yeah, I drive so slow in my everyday life.
It really
like,
calms you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, because like you can go beyond the edge if you want and
Yeah.
crash. These have helmets required. Yes, helmet is required.
What is it? What's the type? Not SAE. What's the?
Mine's FIA, but I think I forget the other
I can't
governing
remember.
body. Pete, I'm sure will say in the chat. Yeah, helmets required. You can't have ride-alongs anymore, which you could have 2 or 3 years ago. But that's probably for the better because I do stupid shit with people like Fred Sloan hanging outside of the Supra.
You know, it's interesting because I mean, you could just hop in any old car and go drifting, right? The helmet on, obviously.
Different,
Yeah.
different governing bodies.
For sure. But
That-
it's just like,
The thing about we have a lot of drifters that listen to this. SFI, that's their rating.
SFI,
You're gonna have
okay.
SFI certified. The thing about road courses versus drifting, obviously, if you're a real good drifter,
Yeah.
you can drift a road course and you can get in some real danger.
Yeah.
But when you start drifting, you're starting on a skid pad, and I'm not saying that I couldn't put it in a wall on a skid pad because I definitely could.
100% stuff it into
But
a
it's
wall.
more cones in skid pad. When you're first track night America, like it's up to you not to be a total idiot.
Yeah.
So you could hammer it down the straight, try to break at the 2 and put it in a wall. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the possibility of seriously damaging your car or yourself exists the whole time.
Yeah.
And
It's-
as their groups go up, it's less likely someone's going to wreck that hard.
Yeah.
But I saw a guy in whatever the super fast Camaro is, like double tank slapper coming out of one of the turns like that. Nobody should do if you're in that group.
Yeah.
So, drifting, once you get beyond the level of suck, they put you on a track where you're probably good enough not to wreck, even though obviously everybody has offs and shit. Yeah. But when you at Track Night America or any track event, especially without a coach in your car, like Track Night America, you don't have anybody to limit you. So if you think you're hot stuff, maybe you're giving yourself 3-4 turns from the person ahead of you at Palmer, and you think you can just hammer it through as fast as you want, you're going to find out quickly that on your first track day, you can put it in a wall.
It doesn't work that way.
I did that. If you didn't listen to the podcast back in the day, Go back. Yeah, you got to limit yourself a little bit more. Where if you're doing stupid shit on the skid pad, like Lynch or Shabby are going to see you and they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
And the other thing, like, it's a bit easier to carry a lot more speed on a track night, I think. Just without even knowing.
If you're used to autocross, because I've done a bunch of autocrosses before track night, it's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Because like this is carrying speed through big turns and stuff.
Yeah. And again,
and autocross is same less on the line.
Thompson in particular, that long straight, so, get a little hopped up around that parade lap, come in thinking your fucking factory
if
brakes
you're
are going to
honest,
hold
like,
up.
If someone asks me what pads I'm using, I'm like, I don't know, whatever came on the car. Like,
right.
Because it's got big pads. It's got a big brakes for a little car. But like, I really think the straight people worry about more than they have to. It's the other shit where you just don't. You've never tested the limit of your car, and you're like, oh, those tires are squealing. I wonder what that means. And then,
where's that limit?
But there's lots of runoff at Thompson. Palmer's different. A lot of tracks are different. Thompson has a lot of runoff.
Yeah.
But don't lose your brakes on the straight.
Yeah, that's
that's the only thing I have locked in. I know where I have to brake.
Here's my braking point.
Everything else, I'm just closing my eyes and steering, letting God steer.
Jesus, take the wheel.
But yeah, please come out. I'll let people know next time we go out. We'll have fun.
Set cruise control and what Jesus.
Like young Ben could do a track day.
It'd be great for you,
unless they run your driver's record. But you would need brakes. Like they make you check your own car.
Yep.
Which is definitely dangerous.
There's a level of honesty that needs to be appreciated there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're like, do you have more than half brake pads? And I do, but like you could be like, I got an eighth, I'll be fine.
Yeah, sort of like climbing a mountain.
Bubba said, the difference is drift guys know that you'll hit a wall at some point and don't really care, which is absolutely true. And the real difference is track night guys don't know that they're going to hit a wall sometime.
Don't expect
but they're probably going to.
He's certainly right in that sense where if you're getting into drifting, you know there's going to be a collision of some sort, whether it's you and a stationary object, you and another vehicle. Like there's going to be some contact somewhere.
We talked about it before that like you go to the first Lock City day and everybody's shit is looking super fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
You go to number 2 and they're all fucking destroyed.
Yeah. Right.
No, you go to the end of the season, like they should make a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Front and back, like front
Before
super
and after.
fresh and like end of the 2020 season and
Yeah.
just bumpers missing because it's going to happen. You're bumping in other cars. Like at a track night, man, if someone bumps you, like you were both doing something really bad.
Really dumb.
Rubbin isn't necessarily racing.
No, Rubbin's racing. Track night's not racing. Track night's not racing.
Yeah.
They say that a million times, and it took me a while to get through my head.
It really took a little extra effort to let it sink in.
I think it does with everybody because every now and then you'll see the last lap of the Novus group, and you'll be like, "Oh boy, there's a bunch of Mario Andretti's in the pack
they're getting
now.
a little used to it.
Yeah.
If you will.
It's funny you say that because we'll be at work, and Chuck will be like, "All right, yeah, I'm leaving early. I'm going to racing." I'm just thinking in my own head, does he know he's not racing?
Yeah.
Or does he?
I'm leaving on shoulders.
Yeah, does he know?
Right. Somebody's
Should I
drinking milk.
ask?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, you shouldn't.
He'll figure it out.
Because obviously you get there, you put the tires down to podium pressure.
Yeah.
You know, about 21 psi. You know, some super swampers.
Yeah.
Got to hit up Cumbies for a gallon of milk for the end.
Yeah, of course. Got to get your shoeies in.
Right.
After your first track, you got to get it back down to podium pressure, and there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's awesome. Sounds like you had a great time.
Dude, every single time.
Every
It's
time's
also
the
one of
best
those
time.
things that every time that before I get there, I'm like, I could pass. I don't care. You know, I'll just skip this. It's stupid. And I get there, I'm like, this is the best thing
I
ever.
was just going to say, yeah, because
best.
on Saturday, I know we did a hell of a lot of driving, but you were like, man.
We did so much
I
driving
might-
Saturday, which we'll get into. Where I was really like, Josh, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I might just skip Monday's track night.
Right.
But big shout out to Pete Pete from Ransom has a trailer.
He tried coaxing me into going, but I was like,
You should have gone. You should have gone. I'm like, man, I wonder if they got any food in there. It's like, dude, pop the cooler open. I got extra Genoa salami, provolone on
Smoked
potato bread.
meats,
I was like, whoa, this guy grow up with me?
Seriously.
He's just one of the
This is a
dudes.
sandwich grandma would make me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still harping back to that pulled pork that they made over there.
Oh my God. Remember the pulled pork day?
My goodness.
There you go.
Perfect.
That worked perfect.
One, just a quick thing. We talked about the whole loan payoff thing.
Loan
I
payoff.
told them I was refusing to pay it until they sent me a statement, and then I would mail
Absolutely.
them a check. I received my title in the mail with a letter saying they dissolved the rest of the loan.
So
Never pay ahead.
Yeah.
So they dissolved the $6. They must have heard the podcast.
$6.13.
yeah,
What,
They
you saved
dissolved that.
$6.13 by not paying?
613 just I actually tried it way earlier.
Yeah. What if you tried that a couple months earlier?
Right, this last $1,200. Yeah, I'm just not doing
This
it.
last $10,000, not for me.
you know what, I'm gonna go refi.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you in a couple months.
So I just a letter showed up in the mail, and from BMW Financial saying they dissolved the rest of the loan, and that the title was included, and the title was sure in fact it was concluded right there.
That's
I
fantastic.
sent you guys a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah.
They paid for the stamp.
I had my Credit Karma app hit me up today. It was like, you made 36 on-time payments to your car loan. That's a real streak. Like, is that uncommon?
I was just gonna say,
Like,
are you not supposed to do
I
that?
think that's what I'm supposed to do here.
yeah, thanks, Credit Karma.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to pay my loan.
My whole beef or gripe with the whole thing is that like I sent in that final payment like months ago and never got anything in the mail. So like that $6.13 was just like lingering out there. Like, were you not gonna send me anything? Were you gonna try and like claim that I didn't pay the loan?
They're
or
gonna
something?
take your car back.
Yeah,
And
you
wake up,
try
it's gone.
Repo it over $6. Josh
I
and
was
his
just gonna
boy
say,
are
I'm
gonna
gonna-
come get it.
I'm just gonna have to show up to your house. And,
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
but just telling them you're not gonna pay it until
right.
I was
you
received
get a proper-
documentation of said
They're like,
money
listen, we're not
owed.
going to mail out a piece of paper printed to get $6.
I also told them I refused to pay it over the phone. That I was gonna mail them a check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
you're gonna have to cash that check.
Why did God make checks?
Yeah.
It's a stark contrast of what I've dealt with recently for my wife's car, with a credit union deciding to change or they were purchased by another credit union.
Yep.
And by doing so, they decided to dissolve their online payment program.
Loans? Oh.
So I was paying this thing online. Just pop on there.
Yep.
A couple clicks. I'm done.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know, that was that. Okay. Not so much anymore. Login doesn't work. So, okay, fine. Let's see what they have on the new system. Try the new system. Tell me what I need to do. Go to login. Failed attempt. Doesn't work. Okay, fine.
Locks you out.
Everybody has a little trouble on that first day. Sure. Go to call them. Phone system doesn't work. Okay,
It's an issue.
wonderful. Look up a local branch. Okay, 15 minutes away. I'll deal with it. Let me run over there real quick.
I think I saw you right before you were going to go there.
Go there. Get there.
Closed.
Lobby's closed due to
course.
COVID-19.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drive through.
That guy's wreaking havoc.
Finally went to the drive-through. And he's just like, oh, how's your day going? Like,
Bitch, I'm trying to pay a loan.
could be better. I'm trying to pay this loan for about a week now. Like I'm not paying any late fee because it shouldn't be late because you are not giving me the ability to pay my loan.
Yeah.
And finally, she just like took my license and the account number and nothing short of, I don't know, 12 and a half minutes later, just sends me a receipt and gives me my license back and says, oh, it's all set. So I'm like,
What?
am I
What's
going
all
to get
set?
anything in the mail? Like, am I going to be able to look at anything? Can I see the balance? Like,
Yeah.
what if I just want to pay this thing? Like,
Yeah.
there's zero information. Literally all I have is a receipt that shows I paid a payment.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Sounds flawless. Sounds like a flawless
so we'll
system.
see what happens in about 3.5 weeks when I go to try to pay this thing again.
I cash in the mail, baby.
Yeah,
Just send it to the
that's
basement
all.
address with your name
Yeah.
written on it.
Change. I'll put change in a little envelope.
Yeah, just write your name on every single
So
bill.
what are they dissolved their online system?
Yeah, so they got rid of one online system that was the credit union that they purchased, aren't replacing it.
Yeah.
And if I don't have a savings or checking account, there's no available online banking.
Sounds like you need to mail some checks, I guess.
It's just like, fortunately, there's one a little bit closer that I'll hit up and go pay, but like, I can't even go on and log on to see my balance or anything like that.
You can't get a bill. You don't get a bill. You stop paying. Fuck Credit Karma.
It's just like, yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
That's how I roll, man. If I
it's-
don't get a bill, I'm not going to send you anything.
It's the exact opposite of, making things easier. in
Convenience?
2020. Yeah, like you're just making it so inconvenient.
Well, I just want people to come in, make the staff.
Yeah, you can't even do that because you fucking go there into the lobby and the door's locked. And
Goddamn Rona.
People just look at you through the glass.
Yeah, it's like you're in an aquarium.
Do we
exactly,
find
exactly. There, right, exactly. I went to the zoo to go see 4 bankers behind glass just doing their job.
Yeah.
That's
do
what it
we
was.
find it? I find it at this point, in my horrible opinion, that people are now using the Rona to like just cut corners all over the fucking place.
100%.
I go to
Yeah.
Scumberland Farms, one of my favorite places today.
Yep.
I park in front of the side door in the Supra.
In the Supra.
Yellow Supra. I do on my mask, my face shield, my gloves, my hazmat suit, which is required to go into any business in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I walk in backwards because they don't want to see me as I walk in. And don't you know the side door's locked because of COVID-19?
Why would...
So they just have one entrance, right? Too much.
Yeah. Is a fire exit locked because of COVID-19?
Right.
Just
yeah.
wipe it down every now and then. Listen, nobody's worried anymore. We're fine.
If you die in a fire, is that just past? You know, like well, we had to deal with this COVID, so we couldn't have the emergency.
No,
exits
it's just
working.
like, but I see so many
No,
corners
I do
cut.
see a lot of things.
It's just like, dude, what do you mean
interesting.
because of COVID-19?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just
What, COVID-19 not let you Windex the goddamn door once a month like you used to?
unfortunately, some places, people, businesses take advantage of it.
Yeah,
You know,
that has been a
I get
slight
there's
advantage.
rules and things that we have to do and adhere
Sure.
to, sure, but
Sure, whatever.
some of them go.
Now that every state
bit.
has their own king and queen, you know, it's just like, whatever you want us to do, sir.
Yeah.
Jesus, really,
I don't know.
really frost my ass,
Yeah.
if you will.
Gonna call the redcoats.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if the secret police show up and I'm not walking backwards in the Scumberland Farms?
That's
you know?
the best part. Is
Just put me in the detention center?
I enjoy entering by my ass to
Yeah.
every door that I go.
I'll be in
into.
Guantanamo, you know, because I didn't have the appropriate tint on my face shield. Come
Yeah.
on.
It's
Anyway.
just like blue blockers.
I'm not riled up at all.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all. Any other callbacks? Well, actually, I had a couple quick ones. One,
I got some too.
one is truly just a huge thank you, and obviously, if you haven't realized that we're going to get into the rally and into the Supra for our main topic. But before that, we wanted to hit up callbacks. But I wanted to say thank you to everybody that came out to the rally and partook and made it such an awesome event. It just worked out better than we could have ever imagined.
Yes, I'm glad everyone listened to my prepared statements at most stops.
Yep.
And we had a flawless time.
It was.
Are we going to
wonderful.
get into that now? We're going to talk about the rally now? I thought you said a small callback.
Oh well, no. I
It's the
just wanted
biggest
to
thing that's
say.
ever
I
happened
think
to
it's
us.
just a thank you.
I was just a thank you to everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
thank
And
you.
then I also wanted to shout out all the people in the drift community that we've seen getting invited to the Blood Masters event because that's pretty fucking cool.
Which has literally the coolest invitation to anything I've ever
Insane.
seen in my life.
Ever.
I saw the Rouge Boys, Foss and the Boys,
Yep.
looking strong.
Yep.
Looking strong. So can we get in on that, or what's the word? Where is it?
I don't know. We can just roll with Tubby.
Englishtown, October.
Never mind.
We can just roll with Tubby.
No, I would
He's
definitely
in.
go down and party down there. That seems like that's going to be it. That's going to be a ripper.
It did cross my mind to see if we could get in there as media to cover it to some capacity.
It's not that far, honestly.
Do
It's
we know
really
any of
not
the
that far.
Masters of Blood?
No.
How?
But I think if we draw a pentagram and sacrifice a goat,
Right, in
One
front of
of
the
them might
bathroom
just-
mirror
one of
with
them
birthday candles.
may just show up or call us or
Okay.
say Blood Masters 3 times in the mirror.
If you guys know a Bloodmaster, hook him up with young Ben. No, please don't.
Probably not.
Get him over
No.
to Josh. We're
That's
trying
the-
to
yeah.
we're trying to go there.
Yeah,
and
we'd
just
like
bullshit
to,
about that whole thing. That'd
at
be
least
fun.
chat back and forth, see what
We don't need the
might be
invite.
able to- Yeah, no. We
No,
just
we don't need
kind
an
of
invite.
maybe allowed on the property. That's all.
Yeah, if you allow us on the property, that'd be beautiful.
Those are my 2 quick callbacks.
I broke a curse today, boys.
A curse. Oh, that's right. Yes.
Whilst driving the Supra,
Mhm.
I made it to Brett Sloan's Porsche.
Oh, geez, yes.
Porsche, I believe he calls
Porsche
it.
Haven.
I'll tell you what. No oppressive equipment in that place.
It's
you
an
know?
organization.
No, what a. I mean, we talk about it all the time. And Sloan,
Shouts to
big
Brett.
big shout to Brett, man. He's just giving me the history on stuff, and he's got one of everything on deck. Of course, as I'm on my way down there, I hit a tsunami,
Yeah.
a typhoon, if you will. Holy shit! Like, so obviously we're not taking any Porsches out. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
take the
right.
Supra down, but
Yeah.
my God, like the cars in that place are incredible. Stuff's moving in and out of there endlessly. There was even something I could have afforded that had been sold.
There's some. Oh,
Son
okay.
of a bitch. But I it doesn't make sense.
You should just trade Supra while you were there.
I tried. I got on the phone with Antonio, his credit guy, and
Yeah.
apparently since Toyota's name is on the title and not mine,
Yeah.
or on the reg,
Bit of a
no trade. They were also skeezed out by the Texas plates. That same
The Texas
manufacturer.
manufacturer,
Yeah. Yeah, cool stuff, man. He's got this 993 Turbo S there that's yellow with yellow wheels. I'll tell you
Yellow.
what, those yellow wheels bother me as much as the Supra wheels, but I know it's a big option. It had like the option stamp, like Porsche guys will
Yeah,
know.
color match life is for me.
It's ridiculous, and the cars. I mean, it's so much money. The car was ridiculous, dude. And then I put it on my Instagram. It had a full yellow in carbon fiber leather wheel.
Yeah.
That the original owner was like, yeah, no way I'm driving with this thing because it's gonna get dirty. So he put this incredible wheel on the car. Oh my god.
It's something, isn't it?
Oh my god.
I've never been able to see that car in person, but I
mean,
just from pictures.
not until today, man.
Yeah.
Wow, just cool equipment. Brett knows everything.
He's a walking, talking encyclopedia.
We
He
owe
really
him at
is,
least
yeah.
shawarma. He definitely took me out to lunch, you know?
Yeah,
Showed me a
yeah.
good time, that guy. Then took me out to lunch.
We love Brett and his impeccable knowledge of everything.
Oh, it's crazy. And big shout out to Scotty Too Hottie who met us down there.
Shout Scotty.
Love Scott, man. Got the bullshit with him on a couple of his new upcoming projects. What a monster.
It's funny because I text him today.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were going there,
Nah, I
or
kept
that
it
he
on
would
the
be
DL.
there. And I text him today because, as I talked about, one of the first things I hung up at my desk was Scott's Mark I picture, and I've recently moved desk locations. I'm like, well, first thing to go up,
Gotta go right back up.
right back up.
No, really, really good to hang out with those guys and bullshit. And they get to see the Supra.
Yep.
People
First
love
time
the
they've
Supra,
seen
man.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you? What's your meat market?
International.
International. Okay, I thought it was Central for a second.
No,
I met one
International.
of the cousins of the owners of Central Meat Market today.
No, where is Central?
Central, I guess.
Sweet.
Central
No,
part of the
international.
state.
Mi amigos.
International's your boys.
Localized centrally.
Yeah, I went to the shop that works on Brett's cars. Just like so cool. He had
They're
those,
cool. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
he had those Telefunken cars there. He had
Yep.
hot rods, museum. I mean, every car in there is museum quality.
Yeah.
Like it's.
It's
don't know.
It's another world.
You want to
It's-
buy an old Porsche? You want to buy a kind of new Porsche?
Yeah.
Sloan's the place to get it. If you want the best one, check out Sloan's website, man. And he has stuff that's reasonable, but if it looks expensive, it is.
Yeah.
As I found out today.
If you have to ask, don't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely ask because it's ridiculous. But
It's SloanMotorCars.com. That'll get you. I wouldn't say foot in the door, but that'll get you
something to look
right-
at. And
in
if
the
you
right
know somebody,
direction.
maybe the
Yeah.
old man's looking for something nice.
Yeah,
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean that Turbo S. I mean, think about how much it is, and then double it, and it's probably still more.
Yeah, you're nowhere near.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. What a cool car. Bunch of cool stuff, man. I don't know. As someone who's everybody's going there but me, I'm happy to have finally gone.
You know, it's a bummer you didn't get to see. He had a 930 factory slant nose
Oh,
car
I know.
with a factory hardtop convertible.
Oh,
The black one.
I knew a guy with a white one back in the day.
It was very
It's
interesting
crazy.
to see in person. It was one of the cooler cars that was there at the time. A few times that I visited because it took a little while to kind of move through or leave and then come back. But that car, just in person, like I walked by it maybe a dozen times, and then finally he was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you haven't picked this out yet." And then he did not until he showed me. It was like, "Oh,
He had
Ooh.
like a new 991, like the Speedster thing,
Yeah.
custom paint,
The orange
Golf
one?
orange.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'll tell you what, that thing is a fat boy compared to the old
Oh,
cars.
those gigantic.
But what a cool color! After driving one of the most offensively colored cars ever on my way down there, it was like, oh, this guy could do it too.
If you put those two cars on the side of each other, just look like a big fireball.
Well,
coming down
that's the
highway.
thing. And if you look at Brett's inventory, if you see pictures of the place, you'll get it. They're all special colors.
yeah."
Like there's nothing that's not a crazy color. Like he had an arena red turbo there.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, arena red is cool.
And
Just
they probably all have
paint,
very particular
paint the
stories
sample,
as well,
paint to
and
this.
just-
Yeah. Seriously, if you want a car where you just got the whole story and the best car you can buy,
Yep.
he's the man to buy it from. He's not paying us for this. He did buy me lunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a spot. And then he knows everybody.
Yeah.
So.
And he lets us in the doors. That alone is
He lets
worth-
us inside.
worth-
Really cool place.
yeah.
I can't
Real
tell you the
strange he
address.
lets us inside.
I can't
know.
tell you the address.
Still can't believe it. Anything else for callbacks? Or do you want to get into the news?
No, I can do some news.
Let's cue the boys. News.
Welcome.
Gentlemen, I don't know if you know this. Dodge had a bit of an event Monday.
Dogecoin?
Dogecoin.
This is quite literally the only thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, I got one other thing, but
Yeah.
we can get into this.
So, for months now, we've
Mm-hmm.
been being filtered information about the 2021 Ram T-Rex.
TRX.
And Dodge did not disappoint
No, they didn't.
Because if you have a chance, please, please, please go to the internets and look up the 2021 Ram 1500 T-Rex reveal. And I promise you, the first 1 minute and 21 seconds of said event will keep you on the edge of your seat. It is the most...
It's an incredible reveal.
It's unbelievable.
Doubled over in stitches laughing.
You may have been to a gender reveal party. This is 100 times better. This is a massive horsepower reveal.
This is quite possibly the most American thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to unite the country.
Oh, yeah.
This is, I mean, if everybody watches this video, everything's going to go away. Everybody's going to get along with each other. And everybody's going to want a 707 horsepower truck. That is also a dinosaur.
Yeah, it transforms from a dinosaur.
I can't. So the whole thing was like, okay, it's going to be a real beefy pickup truck, a lot of power, yada, yada, yada. I was thinking it'd get around the 5 and change range horsepower. They went full.
Yeah.
7 and change, 702, 707, whatever it is.
Full special needs.
This is something.
Yeah.
This is truly... Yeah, this is truly something to
That's what you say
behold.
now, buddy.
Okay.
It's welcome to 2020.
If there's anything you would purchase and not drive and put in a bubble, this might be it because you'd be so scared of hurting yourself driving this thing. And who knows? This is just totally all based off of like just looking at it. It may be great to drive. Who knows?
No, not going to be great to drive. I have a theory that within 100 yards of every Dodge dealership is going to be the most dangerous place in the world for now. Because that's as far as those babies are making it. They're all going paint side down within 100 yards of delivery.
So it's kind of funny. Webb Bland, shouts to Webb Bland, my favorite photographer.
Big shouts to Webb.
He has posted little tidbits about the shoot that he did of said T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's not so now he can finally release some behind-the-scenes images and info and stuff like that. And one of the things was he said he rented a 400 mil 2.8 lens.
Big boy.
So 400 mil, he did that purposely so he could stay far, far away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like a telescope.
However, in one of the photos and images and discussing factors is that he said, oh, this is what I did, except I got hit with basically a softball-sized rock in my bicep from the thing sliding at some point and kicking up all the dirt and whatnot. So he got the picture, but he also got a
welt
on his bicep from a rock that was just slinging.
Big shout out to biceps, man. That's how you make good party invites.
yeah. So
I expected it to be a lot more than it is.
I mean, I knew
what?
I knew this was.
How more?
It's like $71,000.
Oh, price wise.
yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
meant feature wise.
Yeah.
No, God, no. It's
No, this is
It's got
pretty.
the features.
It's got everything it needs.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the what do you call it? This is the mix here. If Dodge had a platform or a checklist, if you will. All right, what are we gonna do? Oh, I got the idea. Let's take this and this, mix it in this bowl. Here we go.
It's interesting to me that Dodge would put a Hellcat engine in something else because they haven't done much of that at all.
No.
This will be number 4.
Yep.
Soon to be number 5 on the way.
What's next?
Durango.
Oh, I heard about the Durango.
Durango's on the
Durango
way.
paint side down as well.
Now, I wonder if they make a Hellcat, or not Hellcat, but
Demon.
you know how this
Demon
is
truck,
Demon
rear wheel
truck,
drive,
some
skinnies
sorta-
up front.
So this thing, for anybody who doesn't know, is a 702 horsepower, 650
Wait,
pound
702?
702.
What happened to that extra 5?
I don't know.
Yeah, blow the
Lost
axles
it.
off at
the
705.
drivetrain's really long.
707
That
blows the axles, buddy.
loses it in the drive shaft.
Jesus.
It's a supercharged 6.2 liter Hemi V8. Let's see. Powerful supercharger, running 11 psi, massive airbox, legendary engine block. Where's some of the other things? Oh,
I think it's important
They opted
to
to go with a powerful supercharger?
yep, very
Excellent.
powerful. This is the first truck to be equipped with launch control.
My
It
X5M had launch control.
Well, this is a
Oh, the first pickup truck.
Yeah.
first
Okay.
Ram.
I think the first real truck.
Yeah.
To like
The first
be-
truck.
truck.
Doesn't the Raptor have launch control?
Shut up, young Ben.
I don't know. But I also
well, at
think
least
it's
fine. This is the first Ram truck to be equipped with launch control.
Oh, this is the first truck made by Dodge to be equipped with launch control.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we
once
go.
you, it's like an onion. Once
It's-
you peel it back,
It's
Right,
like bottles that are recyclable.
yeah.
Has
No, I didn't say recycled.
shows you vehicle dynamics, i.e., steering angle, wheel articulation,
I hope so. It has a TV inside.
Does it have
So-
voice fab?
dyno engine data.
It's got dyno engine data?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Also shows you reaction time, 60-foot timer, quarter mile time, and
What's a quarter mile time?
mile time. On this, it says 12.9.
Oh, I'm going to whoop him.
So, all right. Now that you brought that up, 12.9. Okay. It's limited to 118 miles an hour. So you're just going to hit a wall at some point.
So
where
it's
you
12.9 to max speed, basically.
12.9 to max speed.
And it's just going to...
So 118 isn't that fast. I don't think I would ever drive
I was
that.
just going to say, the thing is, I don't want to go 118 in this truck.
No, I can't imagine with that tire width
Noise.
setup
Just
and everything
ripping
like
the
that.
pavement up beneath you.
So that's why I was like, these quarter mile times
118?
are a bit hokey because it is limited to 118. So this is like some Volvo shit they got going on here.
Why would you limit it to 118? It seems like such a safe platform to
I
have much
thought,
horsepower.
I thought this was America, and they'll let you do whatever you want.
Right. I
Exactly.
mean, judging by that first 1 minute and 21 seconds where it showed rockets, T-Rexes, Velociraptors getting thrown across the screen and everything else, there are no limits.
I heard that X5Ms easily do 155 miles an hour from a
I
reliable
believe it.
source.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
believe that one. If you are interested, there's a 2021 Ram 1500 T-Rex Launch Edition.
Ooh.
Restricted to just 702 vehicles,
Big money.
coming with very specific, they call it otherworldly paint hue, called Anvil paint.
Anvil paint.
Special badging
Right.
Does
that's engraved with your
it
truck's
come with steel
VIN
toe boots?
and a pack of smokes. Let's see. Customized badge engraved with your truck's VIN and key technical data.
3 4x8s.
Yeah, so you get a badge. Let's see. Ooh, in the launch edition, it has level 2 equipment package.
Oh, nothing like
Adds
level 2.
premium standalone options like beadlock capable wheels, TRX exterior graphics in both the TRX red interior accents and carbon fiber package.
So the built-in light bar is just available across the board, right?
Yes, I believe so. Those are add-ons, if you will.
So it has a functioning hood scoop on
Yeah, with
the
lights in it.
hood with a pre-douche bar.
Yeah,
already
but it has
installed.
pre-lights in the scoop
Oh,
as well,
yeah.
not even just a douche bar.
So-
Base VR just said new king of the left lane, boys, and he's not wrong.
Yeah. You know, and at first I'd be like, it's fast enough, so they'll be motoring their way down. But, I mean,
Not at 118 miles an hour. You better get the
118.
shit out of the left lane, buddy.
You can build one of these things and top it out at $100,000 plus.
100,000 plus. So I didn't go into the building or give
If
one
you
a
go,
go.
if you go full build,
So just a few things I got here. Mike Colville, which is a gentleman, if you do watch the recommended video by Josh, is a gentleman who kind of introduces this whole thing.
Oh, is that Mike?
That's his old Mikey boy.
Big shout to Mike Colville.
He said this is Ram's attempt to greater differentiate the Ram brand from Chevy and Ford.
Yeah, by making a Raptor clone.
I really think they're kind of pushing their way out there. He said, for example, not for example, but for reference, Mike is head of Ram for Fiat Chrysler North America.
Ram the head.
To put into perspective, Jurassic vernacular,
Whoa.
the T-Rex destroys Raptors and is just what you would expect from a company that committed to being America's off-road truck leader.
Now, does it have big crazy suspension like the Raptor?
Big Dog by
Yeah.
Bilstein.
By Bilstein?
Yeah.
Was Fox not available?
Well,
Wrapped
you
up
wouldn't
in a
really go use
contract.
the Fox. I'd have to say if you would like, who's going to be off the shelf for parts? I mean, I wouldn't think Fox. I would think Bilstein before anything.
I mean, Fox is what T-Rex has that's getting torn apart.
Yeah, the Raptor. But I really like the play with dinosaur stuff here.
I like the
I like
dinosaur play.
dinosaurs.
I do too, and I enjoy Jurassic Park.
So did they.
So did they.
I have inside information, boys, because I know a man that has something to do with a Dodge dealer
Yep.
or a dealer of some sort. I believe Stellantis.
Yep.
Uh,
Strong anus.
Strong
Still
anus.
or strong anus?
Still anus.
Still anus.
Day one, 5 orders. So they're selling off the shelves, baby.
Wow.
And I
And
mean,
this is day 2, so he's probably got
Wow.
more.
There's probably at least 15.
and I mean, realistically, as we've followed what Dodge does with this stuff, they'll just keep on making them.
Because
Oh, yeah. This is going to be made to the end. There'll be hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
people keep buying them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's why why change the flavor of the soda if you're just going to keep pumping them
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
It's
no,
so-
this thing's definitely the end of the human race.
So I think it's great. Although it is $14,000 more than a Raptor.
Yep.
If I, for some reason, was in the market for a full special needs truck,
You're not?
T-Rex would be hard to say no to.
Yeah, but where do they put out the Velociraptor
So that's what.
Isn't that
'cause
the
with the
Tennessee thing?
Velocity V8 turbo
Because
on it?
now there's a new Raptor in the works that's
With
going
a
to
V8.
finally have a V8 again. So we'll see. It's going to be truck wars.
Would it be probably Coyote
King of the Jungle.
engine?
Nah, I think you'd have put a turbo
I'd
on
like
it.
them to, but I don't.
I'm
I don't know.
going GT500 motor.
So the Coyote with like the blower on it.
No,
Yeah,
that's not-
isn't that 800 horsepower?
Is that how much? Ben, get your thumb.
Yeah, the
GT500.
GT500 is 800 horsepower, but I don't think it's a Coyote. It's a 5.2.
Is it the
I think it's the flat plane.
Ooh, that'd
So
be
that's the
cool.
play because you
that
could just
sounds really good.
come out of the gate and just BF
Yeah.
the T-Rex.
So we'll have to see.
Call it the Super Raptor.
Oh my God. GT500. Again, this is
Yeah.
just motor itself. But in the Shelby GT500, 760 horsepower.
Yeah, Ford ain't gonna let this happen. 702.
It would be something.
I turned my nose at that.
And that motor
That's
is a
what I'm saying,
5.2 liter supercharged cross plane crank.
So
V8.
that is the crossplane one. Wow, so that'd be some good noises coming out of that bad, Larry.
Yeah, and if you were the Velociraptor, the guy could open your door and spit on the ground if there's one of these guys behind you.
I think the design's fantastic.
It knows what it is.
Oh,
And
I
it's
think
not
it looks,
ashamed to be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks silly.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
it should
crazy
do.
looking. And I guarantee the first time I see one, I'm going to be giddy as like,
And the-
holy fuck, there it is.
Like the
Yeah.
douche accent lights on the thing are perfect for
Yeah.
the. I mean, that's definitely hitting the audience out of the park, you know. So when you're not driving your vet, go grab this thing.
The
Right.
bars. Speaking of vet,
Vet.
what is Chevy gonna do for this?
Chevy's going to keep
Nothing.
selling more trucks.
Yeah,
Just
they're
Ken
just
Dodge.
Yeah,
Selling Silverados that cost $40,000, $50,000, $60,000.
Yeah, Chevy doesn't care.
yeah. I don't think
You
they
know-
want any part of this. But it's funny you mentioned that.
They don't want it into the sauce.
because there was a
I hope all three get entangled.
Put
entangled
a
in snakes.
ZR1 motor in it.
Yeah, perfect.
mate the snakes. Is that what you're looking for? Yeah, I don't know. They
have
no
all the
interest.
parts to put it together.
I need Ford
know?
to put that GT500 motor in a Ranger.
That's what Chevy's gonna. I mean, yeah, that's what Chevy's gonna do. Mid-engine Stegosaurus.
The
Steg-
Steg.
Yeah, what would their dinosaur be?
Stegosaurus.
Brontosaurus.
What's dangerous? Pterodactyl?
pterodactyl? Chevy
What's the one that's kind of a little lower to the ground, but with all the spikes on its back?
Stegosaurus.
It's a Stegosaurus.
I'm pretty sure all the dinosaur names we know don't exist anymore, though. If I've learned anything from the dinosaurs my kids know about.
What do they call now?
I don't know, man.
Like Friendlysaurus and shit.
Friendlysaurus, yeah.
Barney.
Barney, yeah.
Yeah.
The Chevy Barney truck.
Yeah. The non-judgmentalosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Chevy Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
I don't think Chevy's going to do anything.
Yeah, neither do I.
Which is a bummer because it'd be.
But what they should do is they should make the Chevy Stegosaurus a mid-engine truck.
Yes. And then put the cargo pass stuff up front.
Yes.
Okay, Rivian.
Up front cargo.
And then
Put two V8s in the back.
then, they don't even have to make it 700 plus horsepower. They can just sell it for 60 grand, make it light as hell,
Yep.
Yeah.
Make it
It's
a real
mid-
race truck.
mid-engine race truck. That's it. There's the package. You're welcome, Chevy.
Derek says bring back the Cyclone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not
That'd be cool.
wrong. Not
Yeah.
wrong.
yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Would
Maybe
not-
they put a GT500 engine in a Bronco. Maybe that's what they're saving OJ for, to roll that thing out.
Durango,
that's coming.
Durango
That's
comes
100%
out. Gnarly Bronco comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee.
I'm telling
yeah.
you.
The Bucking
guarantee
Bronco?
Yeah. We're only on like round 3.
Yeah, this is going to get
Yeah,
real bad.
This
Yeah.
is
This is going to become an international incident.
this
Yeah.
is gonna be this is gonna
Yeah.
be going to 2030.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're in this for
You
at
know,
least 10 more years.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be weapons of mass destruction, I believe. So, yeah.
Oh, my God. Being flat, the Bronchosaurus.
The Bronchosaurus. Yeah, there you go.
Jesus,
Oh,
buddy.
then they could come out with the Bronchosaurus Rex.
Yeah, you better throw a TM on that because that's going.
Yeah, go buy the domain now.
Yeah, seriously. Oh boy,
So
it's gonna be fun to watch. That's all I know.
What did
I
we
have
think
this-
of the interior? Did anyone take a look at an interior shot?
it has an interior,
I didn't even bother.
It's
looking.
got an interior.
Turkey seats.
No, it looks like it's quite comfortable.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It looks like it'd be a great place to be inside an enormous command center. I believe it's a 12-ish inch screen, which is essentially a television turned sideways, put in the
Right.
center of the thing. It just looks great.
It'd
'Cause
be
I
a good
think-
place to be.
Well, you got to have somewhere comfy where you're gonna go look down on people.
It's going to be somewhere comfy to roll through. You
Yeah.
know, and not get hit by the shatterproof glass.
What is that, Josh?
That this is already a video. Oh wait, no, that's a Ram OTG concept video or whatever. I don't know. It was leading to the TRX, so leading away from the T-Rex, whatever you want to call it.
Ooh, Jesse Jashimsky, which is the Polish way of saying that, in the chat says there's a new Cyclone that is sold by, well, it'll be Yashimsky, by dealers built by a third party.
Jesse was with us this past weekend on our rally.
Oh, that Jesse?
Yeah.
Show.
The real MVP.
The real MVP? Yeah, so this says that there's, new Cyclone sold by dealers built by a third party.
Well, it's there.
Is it there?
Oh no, I mean, it's
Young
there.
Man, can you find that? New Cyclone?
Yeah, I haven't looked it up, but
Josh, what else you got for news over there?
They do.
How sick is it? What motor's in it?
750 horsepower.
what does it say? The motor?
Cyclone. Wasn't there a song about a Cyclone?
I bet it's an LS.
Wasn't it a T-Pain song or something?
It doesn't say what motor. It just says 750 horsepower.
They just put a
Don't matter. If it makes 750 horsepower, it'll be a 3-cylinder.
Oh, no. It's a supercharged 5.3.
LS.
Yeah.
Party on,
what else
man.
do we
Thanks
have
for
for
the tip.
news? Oh, I got a funny one. I didn't read this whole story, but I just thought the headline was funny. Japanese government wanted Nissan and Honda merger. Apparently, there's a report coming out that
That sounds terrible for
the
both
prime
parties.
prime minister was allegedly among the people pushing for it. So can you imagine that?
It doesn't sound like it's in anyone's best interest
No, not at all.
to do something like that.
Maybe Nissan.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe financially, it'd be great for Nissan to kind of hop on board with old Reliable there.
Yeah.
And
It'd be weird.
it'd be super weird.
That'd be weird.
It'd be Jimmy Oak's dream, Nisanda.
Oh, man. They saw his and were like, you know what we should do?
That's where it started. So
Hey, you know what?
one of the upper ups sees watches his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That was that.
Hey, maybe, man. Maybe Jimmy's really getting it going over there.
He saw it way ahead of time.
Nisanda, Stellantis.
Yeah.
merging.
Stellantis.
What
Yeah, that'd
else
be
do we
interesting.
have?
I mean, maybe get the R36 out. Not that we don't love the R35.
Yeah. I'm more interested in getting something from the 400Z.
That's what I want to see now. Yeah, I'm all in
Yeah.
on.
Give me
what that
400
thing's
set
gonna
Supra
be.
price. Maybe 10 grand cheaper.
So we're gonna get into that. That $60,000 price.
Hey, whoa, don't talk about it right now.
It's endless discussion.
Endless.
What else? Nokia could stop Mercedes from selling cars in Germany due to a lawsuit.
Nokia?
Nokia
Like
didn't really
the phone company?
Yeah, but
I
Nokia
believe
isn't
so.
Nokia anymore.
Let's see. Nokia has won a lawsuit over in-car mobile connection technology against Mercedes-Benz, and it now holds the legal power to shut down the automaker's German production if it wants.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz
According-
going to drive a dump truck full of money up to the place and be like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Go away.
Scheiße.
Go away and make something worth making.
Yeah.
Let's see. The ruling could potentially allow Nokia to stop Daimler from selling vehicles in Germany, but doing so would require Nokia to post collateral of 7 billion euros or $8.3 billion
Something
in a
tells me
separate
that
proceeding.
they're not carrying 7 billion euros.
Yeah.
7 billion?
Pretty sure there's
Meanwhile, Mercedes is like, oh, 7 billion? Yeah.
Right, right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll sit out a one F1 race.
Will you be
Nokia.
around this afternoon?
a bit of a downfall.
Will you take a
after
money
the,
order?
Yeah.
after brick sales stopped.
Yeah.
Bit of a
that was
rough
it.
go for
I wish Nokia. I wish Nokia the best because they made the best phones ever.
Yeah, throw them across the room.
I got a Benz news.
Benz?
Boys, I know you all put your deposits down, and it's good to know that Benz is still building the Project One. Do you remember the Project One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben had to remind me of it today.
I do.
I saw that.
1,000 horsepower, 1.6 liter, 4 electric motors. Good
Isn't
for
it like $1 million
$217.
or something?
Yes.
2.7.
$2.7 million.
See, young
And
Ben
they're
on it.
building almost 300 of them.
And they just put out a testing video on the internet.
How many are pre-sold already?
All I just
Probably all gone.
Probably all.
So Rona has wrecked everything. Your $2.7 million Benz
Yeah.
still in production
Still happening.
that you slammed a down payment on in 2017.
Yes. Yeah.
Still coming.
Boy.
Yeah.
90% down payment.
I mean, the video is cool. Shows it in full.
I didn't see the video, so I'll have
camo
to check it out.
livery. Looks pretty good. Going around a track very fast. Sounds like a mix between an F1 car and, as young Ben said, a street bike.
There you go.
So
That's all
yeah,
I ever
we'll
wanted.
see. It'll be something that we won't ever actually see
That's what you think.
until we
I took my money off the Cybertruck, put it on that.
put it on that.
I got $100 on one of these
I
babies.
just spent all my money on Hertz, hoping it pays off.
Oh, big shout to Sloan, who we got hooked on Robinhood,
Oh boy,
and he drunkenly spends money on stocks. So I think we're having a Hertz off now.
this looks
Yeah.
good.
I'm just losing money on Hertz.
Are you really? What did you buy in at? Time for your Revival Stock Minute.
Let me check.
I'm up everywhere.
Are you really?
I'm making so
Yeah.
much money on Tesla right now, though.
Yeah, I'm up everywhere.
I've been getting ruined. I got a free stock. Shout out to English Ben. Thanks for joining up. Sorry about the money you're gonna lose.
Ford's doing great.
I'm still. I've been up a lot higher.
Oh, my average cost is 162.
162.
Yeah.
What did you wait for it to be the highest it's been in history?
No.
162. Damn, son.
Jesus, Ben.
Yeah, you're never gonna make money on Hertz.
This thing kind of looks like the Jesco.
Yeah, it does. It's got that weird wing.
Dude, I bought it in Hertz at 142.
Yeah, I'm down on it. The only thing that's up currently is Nissan,
Really?
which that won't last long.
Yeah, that merger's really gonna.
that
Yeah.
won't,
I mean, if that merger goes through, you're gonna knock it out of the park.
another bit of news. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but if anybody out there is into motorsport in particular,
Mm-hmm.
there's a crazy crash. Zarco and Morbidelli, okay after horrifying motor GP crash. That's on Jalopnik. This crash.
Morbidelli's okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
That's my favorite ingredient in an
Yeah.
Italian sub. So
There
I wanna make
is,
sure.
Motorel.
I unfortunately can't play this for everybody at the same time, but Corey, feast your eyes on this little guy over here. So the crash starts there,
Yeah,
right? And said motorbikes almost killed.
I saw it
The other
from
two people.
POV.
It's
My favorite camera angle.
one of the craziest and like luckiest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, so I saw it from the point of view of like the motorcycle
guy.
going over or like in front of from
Yeah.
the guy. Yeah.
From the guy, yeah.
The guy,
No, that's
the
the
guy,
best
point of view
POV
of the
stuff.
guy. Yeah, it
Like that, right there.
I mean, you have to watch this video to see how close it is because it doesn't seem like it
The motorcycle crash video is the last thing I need to see.
just happened.
Yeah.
That's true.
I appreciate that it happens, and I'm glad they're okay.
It's and
Especially
it's not,
Mortadella, because it's one of my favorites.
I mean,
it's
my
not a
man
vulgar one or anything. Or
cartwheeling for like a quarter mile is
Oh,
just
yeah.
like enough for me.
The first video I seen, you couldn't even see who actually crashed. It just showed the two bikes.
Intermingling down track.
Yeah,
Fuck
with other.
that.
It didn't hit the other people. It just somehow missed both of them.
I'm incredibly intrigued by their airbag suits.
Did they
That
have
wear.
airbag suits?
They have
Yeah.
airbag suits that anticipate a crash. I don't know how the technology works. I would love to know and love to.
If I'm on a bike, it's going to anticipate the whole time I'm riding.
yeah,
This fucking idiot's going to crash.
I would love to know the science behind it and how it operates and works. But yeah, they have like airbag suits.
Yeah,
I've heard of them. I haven't seen it.
I wonder
Did
if
it
it-
happen?
I don't know.
most likely. I
Yeah.
think so.
I would hope so.
It's
I
not like a
wonder-
James Bond one that turns into a ball and just rolls away.
No,
Okay.
but I assume it's like around their neck and
Mhm.
multiple other stuff. I wonder if it's like Wave Runner based, like key in the ignition, and if you fall off, that pulls the key, like an emergency pull.
Oh yeah.
If it's that way, or if it's like gyroscopic and
It's got to be
a
gyro because
suddenly, like
it's
a
got
G
to.
meter or something.
The reaction has to be so fast.
Yeah.
To like
Put an extra long leash on this key.
yeah.
right.
Oh,
right.
no.
Yeah. Not limiting the size of the leash on the key.
Yeah.
I
There you
like
go.
mine 6 feet. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah. You will be long down the road before it even recognizes that you're off the bike.
It's amazing those guys are okay.
Yeah.
So that just shows where the tech's at.
Yeah.
Because
Full on Vance
Jesus.
and leather suits. Shouts to Vance and Leathers.
Shout out to Vanson.
shows the Van
Um,
Son.
What else do we have for news?
Nothing. I got a video.
Okay,
got videos.
let's do video because there's one that I want to talk about.
I got a video that I'm very excited about, boys. And I've been hyping it, and it finally came to fruition. Vice put out the Donkmaster video.
Oh, hot damn.
Don't worry, boys. It's not a single video. It's a series.
Yep.
There's a new Donkmaster series on Vice. CEO Larry is back.
Oh,
And we
boy.
talked about this before, so you know who wins.
I mean,
but-
every show needs a villain.
CEO Larry's call out is amazing. CEO Larry's voice, unbelievable. Nobody wanted to race his G body. Everybody wanted to race his Z06 donk because the G body has slicks on it somehow that they developed for him.
Oh, wow.
So I wouldn't want to race the G body either. But listen, Donkmaster doesn't lose. I mean, you don't want to race his Z06 donk. You don't want to race either of his donks. He's just coming to take your money.
Yeah.
And Dogmaster is just an incredible guy. He's hilarious. The whole race series is awesome. The problem is the narration is definitely for people that have never seen racing before.
Right.
So it does get annoying and a bit pandery at times. But wow. And I know there was another race there where Donkmaster challenged some guy with a Hellcat to a race.
Yep.
Donkmaster didn't win. turns out drag spec Hellcat.
Like a real
just
right,
as
yeah.
fast as you'd expect it to be.
Turns
but,
out a car built to go down 1/4 mile at a time.
Right.
But big
Yeah.
wheel racing,
Yeah.
it's magical.
Big
And
wheeling.
the camera works great. Donkmaster's, his shop is In and Out Customs.
In and out.
He's got a hype man who's awesome, who's famous. I've heard of him before. His mechanic's hilarious. I mean, the amount of shit Larry talks, and like it's incredible how nicely everybody takes losing. Like seriously, it's like these are like pro level dudes because they're not like losing their shit. Like, yeah, man, he beat me. I'll beat him next time. Like, well, you're not gonna.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than that.
That's how
Like,
you
that's
do
the
it.
best part
and
of
he's like,
it.
listen, I'm not coming up with excuses. He beat me.
And then the shit talking won't be just as good next time.
The shit talking is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what makes it so great.
I mean, one of the comments was that CEO Larry is as Memphis as you can be without being in 3-6 Mafia. And he's absolutely right. CEO Larry's incredible.
I mean, that's
Fair.
that's
that
a
whole
compliment.
scene is majestic. I
Yeah.
mean, it's perfect. So I would highly suggest the Donkmaster series on Vice's YouTube. They're coming out weekly.
I
This is
appreciate the
first one.
commitment to this niche
genre.
style of racing. It's great.
Well, you know what else I saw is that the Hoonigan guys, Scotto,
They're building.
they're
one.
building a 1,000 horsepower donk.
Are
I'm
they
telling
gonna
you
go
what,
try racing?
they're going to try to race Donkmaster, but I can't imagine Donkmaster is going to let anybody beat him. He's got it's like Tesla and electric cars.
Right. It's just not
Donkmaster's
gonna-
got such a lead, but Hoonigan's got a big industry of crazy behind it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was.
Next thing is drift donks. That's when you'll see next.
Oh my god!
Drift
I want to
donks.
get
You know-
into the donk game.
You know, they're quite stiff. Like the chassis and suspension on them are quite stiff as it is.
Mm-hmm. I think they're ready.
You could make it work. Little bit of power, angle
Bit
kit.
more tire changes. I'm guessing.
You think Weissfab has a kit for 60s Impalas? Hey boys,
No, but after seeing some of the work, I'm sure they could make something.
they can make you one.
Get that angle kit.
It was such a good.
Yeah.
It was really cool. As I said, the commentary, the guy who's narrating it, okay, whatever. But like to see these guys that are really into it, and I mean, obviously we're the first to know donk racing's the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of people that show up to this is fucking incredible.
Yeah,
awesome.
if it's something, this is their
And,
their
like,
choice.
CEO Larry, we talked about this before, gives Donkmaster the break. That means within 5 seconds, Donkmaster gets to leave on his own. And at their point, they're like, yeah, Donkmaster says that's. He's talking to CEO Larry, the
Like
narrator.
chases a race or what?
What's up?
Like chases a race. So
Yes,
like
so he goes. Donkmaster decides when to go. Then you got to go.
yeah.
And
yeah,
at one
yeah.
point, they're like,
that's like dirty street racing shit right
yeah,
there.
and they're like, CEO Larry, Donkmaster says that's a sign of disrespect. He's like, yeah, this is a sign of disrespect. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And then he gets gapped, like
Yeah.
2 cars. Like, it
Not even.
Oh, it was sad. Because I want to see a Larry.
Is he like hooking up or is
No,
or is
you
he,
got to
like,
spin to win.
He's skating all over the place.
There's a lot of skating. CEO Larry doesn't make up excuses, but he is saying both him and the Shields kid who races before him, like, we're kind of blowing tires off these things.
Yeah.
And at the point, Donkmaster's, he's in the left lane at first, and his mechanic's like, yeah, this lane ain't sticky. And then you see all the rest of the races, he's in the right lane.
So I was
Right,
gonna
right.
ask,
So
what do
track-
they do? They flip for lane change or something like that, or
Yeah, they come up to when they come up to race, it's like, okay, what do you want? Pro tree, normal tree, who wants to break, yada, and they agree to
Yeah.
it all, exchange
Oh, I like
cash,
this.
and it
This
goes
is good.
in the side bets, fucking out of control.
gnarly, right?
There's so much more money in the side bets than there in the primo bets.
It's awesome you're bringing this up because I've got some YouTube stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
That'll tie right into this.
Dude, it's just such a fun video, and like as I said, the level of respect actually everybody has for each other. Because obviously Donkmaster's crazy, so like
Yeah.
when he beats the shit out of CEO Larry in this race, he comes back with a bottle of applesauce that he gives
Yeah.
him, and like Larry's cool about
yeah,
it.
it's good.
And everybody's losing their minds. It just looks like a ton of fun, man.
Yeah.
Looks like a great crew to be
Oh
around.
my god, unbelievable, man. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. And then I was on the old treadmill, and I was like, oh, Donkmaster.
Yeah,
Are they? So
I would love to go to dinner with them.
Oh my god.
Are they all the episodes out?
No, just
Or-
one.
okay, just the first
Weekly.
one.
You gotta
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
no benching.
That's what I
No
figured.
time travel.
Doing it properly.
Yeah, Vice does a very proper job, a great
Yeah.
job, because they also did the Kings of New York or whatever
Yeah,
that
which
bullshit
I
stuff.
found the commentary and that was a little better because drag racing you kind of either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
So they got to be kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what happens. He's gonna race, yada yada yada. And it's made to have commercials in it. Actually, Vice has their own like commercials breaks about other Vice shows,
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
which is okay. But
It's
some
just
of the
so
Vice
super
stuff's cool.
tolerable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't like, oh, here's your ball shaver. Come buy
Right.
this thing.
Yeah,
Right.
Manscaped.
Oh, also
or-
we're sponsored by
Like
Manscaped.
we're gonna
Yeah.
be doing soon enough.
yeah, yeah.
You ever nick your balls? That's how
Yeah.
those all start. Like,
Yeah.
what the
Big
Yeah,
shouts the big truth. One of the best introductions ever.
Really?
Does your German soldier look like he's in the brush?
You know,
Oh, no.
It's wonderful.
one of his newest podcasts, I just downloaded it to listen to. I'll have to hear him kind of.
Oh yeah,
his ad.
his
He's got the reads.
his read is just spot on.
Spot
so
on.
that's what it is. He does it in such a proper way. He basically puts it out to the listeners. So basically he says, "Oh, here's what I'm going to do. If you have another way to describe this, i.e. your reference for your dingus and what you need to accomplish,
Yeah.
I'll read that version."
Send it in.
Oh,
So
amazing.
it's just absolutely brilliant.
Amazing. So anyways, Donkmaster, check it out.
Donkmaster.
Shouts to Donkmaster.
Shouts to Donkmaster, shouts to
Um,
Vice.
I don't want to change the subject too badly. So do you have a thing that stems off that?
1320 video.
Oh,
They go to all these cash days.
I love it.
I'm addicted.
You're deep in it.
I am
they really
so
get you
deep
going.
in it where now, like, these guys, they all have names for their cars, right?
Yeah.
I'm then now writing down all these names and now YouTubing all these names and then Instagramming and finding them all. I'm deep.
Yeah,
There's so many cash days.
I watched one with a fight the other day.
Yes, I don't like that shit.
I saw one
so-
where some guy pulled a gun on someone.
Yeah, see, I'm
Jesus.
not into that
Not
kind of
the
stuff. And the few that I watched, everyone they were
Respectful.
great about it. They
People
were
lose
super
and they
respectful
fight.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what they're there to do. This one in particular was broken up by the police 4 times. They started sometime
I love that.
maybe 11 p.m.
Yep.
The last race didn't run till 7:45 in the morning.
Love it.
my
Deep in the night.
God.
Deep in the
At
night.
one point, the race got broken up, and one of the guys, all these cars are trailer cars because they're north of 1,500 horsepower. And he's like, yeah, the car was going the wrong way, and it's too hard to turn the car around, so I just took off. And they've got a shot of this guy mowing down the highway in his 1,500 horsepower Chevy 2, just getting it, running away from everything where everyone else is. Like,
I just that's why I say you got to put a limit on what you want your car to do, because I watch those a lot
Yeah.
too, and I'm like, if you don't limit yourself, like, this is what you're gonna
This
be.
is what you,
Yeah,
yeah.
this
You're
car
gonna be a
is meant
trailer
for
guy
one
with
thing.
2,000 horsepower. It's 7 o'clock in the morning,
fucking cool.
racing someone for $500.
this was $3,000 a car times 20 cars. So
Oh,
wow.
right. The full cash day deals.
cash
yeah.
days is like,
Yeah.
you're looking at a legitimate year's salary payout.
like
That's
$60,000 purse.
Yeah,
And that'll pay off like your turbo swap.
yeah, exactly. And then the
Cover the
engines in these
slicks,
cars are
cover
great.
the sticky Mickeys and the track prep.
Oh man.
Drag guy is like a genuine drag guy, street race drag guy. I don't know why they bother interviewing them because
Different breed.
everything is like, oh, so what's up with the engine? Well, you know it runs.
But 1,100 horsepower.
And yeah, so what are you running for boost tonight? Oh, well, a few pounds. It's like, oh, so last time I saw you race, you had a few problems. You get them, Tony. Yeah, I looked into it.
It's like trying to get a wheel spec out of a stance kid.
Yeah. It's like they're stone cold, and then you see them after the race after they just blew the doors off of someone, and they're like, yeah, she's running all right.
Yeah, she's running all right
Yeah,
tonight.
she's okay tonight.
It's like you pop the hood, I'll pop the hood if you race me.
Yeah, and some of them don't even have hoods, or most of the engine is protruding through the hood.
Yeah, it's just, you're absolutely right, though. They're so fun. And every single one of them significantly drops their horsepower. Like the 1,600 horsepower Viper on
Yeah.
that thing. Like, Hero's a 2,000 horsepower GTR. Somebody's lying.
The
Yeah.
dirty white one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah, yeah.
lying.
And then now there's the King, right? The red Nissan, the red GTR.
The red Nissan, which something is going on there. There's either a transportation through time and space, because I've seen that car drive, and as many times as I've watched these videos, they're certainly not sped up.
Right.
Yeah.
This car is just
And that's why I say, because the thumbnails I've been seeing is just, can anybody beat the King? Still the King.
Yeah.
Here's the King. Like,
these cars, and then all the guys are great, and they're like, oh, excited to see this one, excited to see that one. They race each other, so there's some grudge matches, there's
Yeah,
some
they know
side
each other.
hustles.
yeah.
Everyone knows each other. It's a super kind of close community.
Did you see the one where the guy who hosts it drives a 1,600 horsepower Viper and they blur his face? Like, you have 7,000 videos with your voice on it.
No.
I didn't see
They
that.
blur
I
his
watched-
face. I mean, I guess it's good from a legal standpoint.
Right.
And what's great is all these that they put out, they're like 30 minutes to an hour. So you're getting kind of
Yeah, you're
everything.
in
You're
there.
getting like,
The whole night,
the
right?
unloading. You're getting the kind of the talk, the go over, who draws who, everything.
What do those gas stations do? Do you see the gas stations that all these street guys pull
Oh,
up to? It's just like, there's
Yeah.
200 cars in my 8-pump gas station right now. They must love it. I guess everyone's buying Slim Jims and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
Come
they
in.
get in their monsters.
It's like
so they're up
3
for the
o'clock
next
in the
fucking-
morning. Like,
Yeah. How did we break 500K today?
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, they were in Oklahoma for this one, and
Ooh.
roads are open and long and straight.
Long and straight, yep.
And I mean, they've got people spotting police from miles out, and it's just like everyone's kind of in it
If
to
the
just
police
enjoy it.
pull up though, like you load onto a trailer and leave.
Yeah.
It ain't illegal to be driving a trailer, I guess.
Yeah, so pretty much you drive it onto a trailer. I didn't see anyone tie anything down,
Nah, shut the door.
and just, I mean, some of them are open too, like you're just towing your car down the road
Got to be quick.
to the next spot. And
Gotta
it's like
make
you're there for a few hours, gets broken up. You're there for a few hours.
Yeah, got to make it quick.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm addicted to them. I've added probably 30 of them to my watch later list.
Yep.
So.
Corey, try some of the New Zealand cash days.
Oh, really?
New Zealand cash days?
They shut down highways. They shut down 5-lane highways. There's thousands of cars behind them.
Yeah.
And they're just running
Really?
for miles. They'll have it shut down for 5-10 miles and run.
It seems highly offensive.
Do they not have a government?
No,
Is-
there's cops all over
How
the
do
place.
the police
but
work?
The cops are a couple thousand cars back in the line. They can't get to you.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
They can get ahead of you.
Yeah, but they have spotters and stuff.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's on 1320s.
I will. Yeah, for sure.
they
Because
do.
I've been, and then that also brought me to the fact that the reason why I can't afford a Ford Mustang is because every single drag racer has purchased them. If there were 20 cars, 17 were Fox bodies.
with LS swaps.
Yep, pretty much all with a different variation of an LS swap. Anyway, super cool. 1320 video cache days. It's long content. If you're not looking for long content, this isn't for you. But this is sweet.
If you want some automotive content on in the background, perfect.
Oh yeah.
And
'cause-
you can get into it, or you can just kind of have it. I do
Yeah.
that often.
What do you got over there, Josh?
One video that I watched, and I have to actually, go back to last week. I think it was last week, if not the week before. But we, or me in particular, certainly did not give the respect that the T50 deserves. The Gordon Murray car.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you listen to the Harris podcast?
No, I watched
Oh, it's
Top
unbelievable.
Gear. Top Gear put out a 43-minute long video of talking to Gordon Murray, and basically he, in the best and most positive of ways, rips apart the F1 and all the stuff that he couldn't do or didn't do because he was limited by technology.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, here's the lead designer of the F1, one of the greatest cars ever, just tearing it apart with a handful of things. And basically, the T50 is just all of that improved. And it goes into just levels of nerdy design stuff that I, never cared to know. But this is just like, it's unbelievable. It's such an awesome
You
video.
got to listen to Harris's podcast.
That's
the
on my-
nerdiest thing on earth.
Next on my list.
I mean, and the car's super cool, and I don't discredit it. It's just like it doesn't mean anything to me.
No,
I mean,
exactly, and that's
sure, it's
my
gonna
thing.
bring supercars to the next level, but in general, like,
it
doesn't mean anything to
and
me.
I
don't know.
still, like you said, doesn't really change anything for us because we're never going to see it. There's only 100 of them being made. Those are probably already all sold and getting the garages built that they're going to live in. So it's just one of those things that's why I didn't initially care about it, but now it's just okay. There's at least a continuation of technology that he couldn't achieve before in this new platform, and I'm excited to finally hear and see one. Cosworth, that Cosworth motor. He pointed out how he oh yeah, there's another car that revs to 11.5. This has to rev to 12,000.
Yeah, it has to.
Like it has to go to 12,000.
Did he talk about the two different driving modes that he was demanding? That was
He did, yeah.
Okay.
And basically, he said they're still there.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's still two different driving modes, but what was it? It has 71% of the torque in the fast driving mode that it has in the low driving mode anyway.
Yep.
So he's like, it was almost a wash. Because he wanted to limit the bottom he wanted to make it drivable.
Yeah.
But it was almost a wash, basically, the way
Yeah, because Cosworth kept saying, "Hey, we can do it
right, we can
with
we
one
can
driving
achieve this.
mode. Like we can do this," and he was
Yeah.
so adamant. I think one thing I said to you earlier was that he was at the time of the F1, he was almost from the future,
Yeah.
where he had ideas of technology and materials and procedures that he not knew of, but he thought of and wanted to achieve, but couldn't achieve at the time because the technology hadn't caught up to him yet.
Yeah, couldn't get there with it. Yep.
Which is, I mean, astonishing to be that far ahead in your own mind, essentially.
Just the level of aero that's in this thing.
Yeah.
And like that big fan on the back and how that works and how it can be switched. There's 6 different modes to it, and what exactly and how they work and what they do. It's just absolutely incredible. It's crazy to think that this dude's walking the planet.
Yeah, he's
just
a
that
wildly
level of-
interesting man. I highly recommend both the video Josh watched and him on Chris Harris's podcast,
Yeah,
Talking Cars. I think?
Collecting cars.
Collecting Cars.
Collecting cars. That's on my list next to.
Not to be
listen
confused with Talking Motorcycles.
Yes.
Shouts.
Shouts to Talk Motorcycles. Shouts to Tom. Made the trek motorcycle this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly, highly recommend that video. Again, it's 43 minutes of solid nerdy car entertainment.
Yeah.
Any other videos?
Harry picked up his Espada from Ian. I don't know if Chuck got to watch that video or not.
I did.
I
Yeah,
know
that
we're
was
big Harry fans.
that was really cool. There wasn't enough original song singing in it for me.
Yeah.
The fact that Harry owns a transport truck just blows my mind.
But he totally
makes sense.
and totally rationalized
But
it.
you can't get those for that cheap here, right? I mean,
No.
Am I?
No,
I was just
no.
like, he's saying you're paying like 5,000 pounds for the thing.
Put a few thousand pounds
It
into
starts.
it.
He's driving like a diesel truck with a curtain transport thing on the back. I'm just like, this guy ever heard of a pickup truck and a trailer?
Yeah.
But you're in the UK, like a pickup truck and a trailer is gonna be a bitch to drag
Right,
around. So,
right.
Yeah.
I was so interested in that truck.
Yeah, I was almost. Give me a walk around the truck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
fuck
get
the
it.
Espada.
But a lot of comments said that, so I think he's probably gonna end up doing one on
I
the
hope
truck.
so. That'd be great because he talked about, hey, I got it, put a few, a bunch of money into it.
Yep.
Some, rust repair, some cosmetic stuff, whatever, and he used it to
I'm
tow
sitting there like
he had a
I'm getting a
Countach.
transport truck.
He had the Countach in the back
Yeah.
that he was dropping off
Yep.
at Tyrell's to pick up his Espada to bring the Espada home, like just driving around, dick swinging,
Yeah.
It was-
everywhere.
the rebuild was like 30,000
I didn't.
pounds.
Yeah.
They say it in the video. You think it comes with a free CD of Terrell's hits?
Yeah.
I think it does as well.
I would hope so. I would
Yeah.
hope maybe an MP3, a
I
little
was just saying,
downloadable file.
At least, an original, what's that, Apple iPod?
Yeah.
What? The Spot is such a cool car that I never think about. And
Yeah.
I know some people, some dudes that have one semi-local to here. And just,
Really?
yeah,
Interesting.
let me
Okay.
get one. Because they were ultra cheap. Because they're obviously total disasters if you were following the rebuild of that motor.
Yeah.
Right.
If you look at the assembly of the car, obviously as they're taking it apart, you're like, what?
Yeah, you just have to be someone that's been doing this their whole life to make it
It's
work.
just
Like,
like-
you're not going to figure this out by yourself.
Some random like box tubing to assemble like the engine compartment.
Yeah, if that made me realize anything, it's how horrible Lamborghinis are built.
Yeah, because I mean the Miura is no better when they're
Well, it's not a new car. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
70s car. Most cars sucked in the 70s. So, like, it was really interesting to see how bad it was because I remember watching his first Espada video before they started taking it apart. I was like, I know something with an Espada. Maybe we can buy it cheap. And then it starts getting taken apart. I was like, I don't want an Espada.
no.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, these things are 130.
Yeah, they used to be like
300,
Yeah,
200.
but are those like concourse level shit? Because I'm talking about shitty driver cars in the U.S.
Yeah, no, this is just all over the map here.
I'm talking like $20,000 cheap. I'm pretty sure they paid for it less than that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's a very interesting car. To watch the whole build process was fantastic.
It's an
I mean,
appealing, massively appeling car. I'm
that-
thinking about with your boys driving with that thing. Holy shit!
clear roof they put in
Oh,
was a great touch. It made it's weird. It almost made like the inside look like much like larger, like as if there's a ton of room in there.
Right.
It doesn't seem like as if there is, but just having it clear, it's kind of like you've got this fishbowl effect going on.
having that much glass. I mean, I've been in an SL500 with the piano roof. You have too. It's
Yeah.
insane.
It is. It's,
Total insanity.
It's funny because as he's driving it, he's like, it's so bright in here. It's as if I'm driving a convertible.
Right.
Like it's so bright because there's no tint on there anymore. I think it was a green tinted kind of glass
Yeah.
beforehand. But it's just incredibly inviting in that creamy like tan interior.
You can get one for 60.
Yeah. Still way too much money.
Yeah. all
basi-
happen to be in Beverly Hills right
for
now.
a fire hazard.
Yeah.
But super appealing. If you could get a museum, if you had the money to get a museum one and just pay Ian Tyrell to do it,
Yeah.
that's your play because it is magnificent. I mean, I can't even imagine like cruising around like the European coastlines with that thing. You and the boys, no shirts.
Well, he
Woo!
built it out to rev to like 8, right? Was that what the plan?
seven something, I think.
Oh, okay,
Whatever the
okay.
Euro revved out to. And he can't do it for like 250 miles, but
I'm sure he'll update us.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
That
There'll be a
spear,
full video.
Corilla sent him a spare piston.
yeah, that was cool.
That was like they built custom pistons for
Yeah.
the Espada, and I guess the woman who Ian dealt with to spec it out and build it, like enjoyed the build so much and enjoyed the content so much,
yeah, threw him an extra.
she had them build an extra and
That's
give him
super
an
cool.
extra piston.
Yeah.
And he like, he's like, I'm gonna put it up in the office, like.
Save it. In case it's needed.
That's what they were saying. Like, keep it in the glove box. You know,
Yeah.
just change it.
Ian's like, yeah, I don't think it'll be a roadside repair.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Just have it available.
Yeah, it was awesome. I just can't wait to get more content from Harry and Ian.
Where did those
combined.
pistons come from, though?
America.
Did they really? They were
America.
made
Gorilla.
over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My German car
Wow.
has American pistons in it as well.
Wow. Who's the company?
Carrillo CP
Okay.
Forged.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
The more you know.
Oh, don't.
there's one thing.
Engine components get it done out here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know from experience.
Yeah, 702 horsepower pistons. I'm
Yeah.
sure those come
Yeah.
from America as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's from America.
Really put things through the ringer. Any other videos?
I'm sure I watched some other stuff, but I think that's pretty
Yeah, I
solid.
think that's the only two I really want to talk about. Ben, quick side note, bud. Why'd you pick yellow?
Super's yellow.
All
Oh,
right.
young Ben with the transition.
It's the main topic. Main topic. Well, we did it. We did a few things. this
I
week.
was saying we did a few things.
this
Which
weekend.
one?
So this will be kind of a review / rally review, I guess, if you want to call it. So finally, after painstaking hours on my keyboard every night for the past 365 plus days, Toyota returned an email.
They answered the call.
Answered the call. But no, seriously, in all seriousness.
Josh said, "We're taking the car up the mountain," and Toyota responded, "Lol, what?"
Will yellow do?
Right. So basically, they finally responded. So huge shouts to Toyota. They provided us with a 2020 Toyota Supra, GR Supra, in nitro yellow that they dropped off to us last Friday. We obliged by receiving said vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a plan. That plan was for the three of us to review it. And most importantly, take it up Mount Washington on our rally and shoot some photos of it. So that's what we did.
A bit silly inside baseball. It's ridiculous having a car dropped off like that. Like, it's just the most unreal
I
thing on
thought
earth.
about it the other day where 3 adults who hold significant jobs that we are responsible for,
Ourselves in high regard as well.
who all left work early to come.
Just look at a car be dropped off.
And
it's
then-
just like an unreal experience. It's like,
yeah.
wait, so you're gonna give me the key to that and you're just gonna leave?
Yeah. You, Josh? Yep. All right, cool. Peace. Later.
His keys, deuces.
bit of pleasantries were exchanged, and
Yep.
we proceeded to fire the old girl up.
Take her into our care.
Bring
It's
her into
something
the-
I can get used to.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what they say? Act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
Don't kick a gift horse in the mouth.
We're just
Yeah.
just gonna keep acting. That's
Yeah.
all. Just continue to do.
Yeah,
so.
it was really cool having that thing dropped off.
Yeah.
And we're obviously we've had a press car before, so we're pretty much veterans.
Yeah,
But
we
the,
understand
the amount
how
of
it goes.
excitement that we couldn't tell you guys about for like a month before that, and like the email we got when Josh found out it was going to be yellow, and we'd be like, yes, and like jump in the air and clack my heels together.
It was still. I mean, we obviously knew for probably 3 weeks or so before the rally, but we all just said, well, we're not fucking saying anything.
We had to change
Until
Josh's
the-
unlock to my fingerprint so they wouldn't put it on
until the car
put it on
was
Instagram the day before.
physically in our presence. And then once it was finally here, I'm like, we gotta post this. So I held strong and we didn't post till the next day. And thankfully nobody really seen it. But so we had a Supra still do, to take up the mountain with us and again get some seat time in. So if you don't know, if maybe this is the first time you ever listened to us, recently we decided to hold a rally called a Rally of Sorts. It was called 300 Minutes, a Rally of Sorts, because basically the route that we went on plus the drive up Mount Washington equaled out to 300 minutes.
Yeah, but we didn't figure it's 300 minutes in one direction.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, no, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's
there was
because
another 300 minutes on the back end. That was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a surprise.
No,
forgot
no.
about the way back.
no, we were only responsible till you get to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
That was all. The rest is on you. Some people, or a lot of people, jumped on the rally. We actually had to cut the ticket sales short because I was a little worried about the stickers getting to everybody in time. But we had, I don't know, at times
I think by noon we had 60 cars.
it was something like 40 to start, and then roughly it went up from there, and grabbed people on the drive. One car unfortunately didn't make it.
Which one? You mean on the drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, big piece to Jingles for.
Oh, well, no, not even that one.
We'll get down to that later. What did it make it out of here?
What do you mean?
Oh, the Subaru?
didn't
Yeah,
make it out of
yeah.
Providence.
No, it did. The Subaru.
No, he didn't make it out of Providence.
It made it to the Target parking lot.
Eventually,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was working
Yeah.
on it behind my car.
With
Yeah,
one
that
of the
was
one of
the-
the 603 hot boys.
the first time it
Jack.
So it left our facility, got on 95 in about 5 minutes on 95.
Josh and I both look at it. We're like, where's he going?
It's my
Why does he have our
understanding.
sticker?
Yeah.
My understanding is that there is a coupling or coupler
Yeah.
on the intercooler piping that this car is super low, and let's
I
just
know
say,
exactly what bump it hit.
let's
If
just
I'm
say
honest.
95 the road can get away from you.
Yeah.
And so it jumped up and bit them, and they unfortunately parked their car not too far from Benchworks, I believe.
Nope.
No.
And had to walk a mile to the nearest AutoZone or O'Reilly's or whatever to proceed to get parts to fix that.
Funny part is Action Automotive is right behind where they parked.
Oh, is it?
It definitely had
right,
couplers.
the big orange. Yeah.
But the bummer is, obviously, I'm the one that wants to see Subaru fail. But if you're on our rally, I don't want to see a Subaru fail, as funny as it is. And those guys were definitely going to win Best Dressed.
Yes.
On Canadian tuxedos all around, magnificent. It definitely brought a light
I know.
to the two parking lots I made it to.
My man showing up with his underwear
Yep.
was a little something. I got really excited when they made it to they eventually made it.
When I made it to Target, I was like,
parking lot?
here we are.
However, when we get to the next parking lot, and I didn't see him, and did Josh, did he shoot you a message?
He did. And I do remember his name. So give me a moment. Yeah.
And he said just, he's obviously got to pull the plug on it. But it's good to
My
know.
heart will go on.
There was another car that didn't make it, technically to Mount Washington, which Josh and I passed.
Possibly the shortest drive from anybody.
Before we get into that one, this is the message we received. I regretfully am informing that the Canadian Tuxedo / Daisy Duke / Only Subaru team is conceding from the rally of sorts. Kind of. What turned out to be a shakedown for the car has been completed, and we will be returning home. And we will be returning home with haste. Thank you for putting on this event. I enjoyed what I spent on it very much.
God, that sucks. That
They
sucks.
said we will happily receive our trophy for best Subaru and most denim at a later date. So
They made it to New Hampshire, which is a big deal.
yes, about an hour and a half away, I think. About an hour and a half away.
Shouts to them.
Yeah. So shouts to the boys.
My head is off to you.
Yeah. We wish you could say you had a good showing.
That charge piping was off to you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
and the highway.
I don't know. I got a bunch of charge pipes held on by miracles and clamps as well.
Hopes
Hey.
and wishes.
I
wasn't driving that car though, so it probably would have done the same
And
thing.
the thing was uber low.
Oh, hilariously low.
So
That was amazing.
that was one victim.
Yep.
There was another one a bit later on.
Jingles in his free E36 convertible with no roof,
Yes.
of which it immediately started raining as soon as we left the first parking lot he was in.
Yep.
Didn't make it up to Kankamangas.
No, we got
Josh and I passed him. We saw a lot of smoke.
Lots of smoke.
We slowed down.
We
Yep.
debated for
I looked out the window, looked by him. He gave me a thumbs up. My assumption was we're all good.
yeah.
I found out today that was the I'm not on fire thumbs up, but I'm definitely broken down
Could
thumbs
use
up.
a lot of help.
So-
I told him you guys were concerned, but consider Jingles fit enough to run away from the vehicle on fire.
Yes.
and hike back into town.
I
So
certainly figured he had the appropriate equipment to hike his way back.
yeah, he did a triple wide fold out seat.
So my thought was, oh, well, all that smoke is bellowing from underneath the car and not the front, so it must not be overheating.
I was also impressed with the fact that Jingles had a bunch of other friends in the rally that did not stop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The 603 Hot Boys.
We did truly say,
and they made it to the top.
Every
Yes,
man
they
left
did.
behind.
Every
we,
man left
we
behind.
did truly say, yeah. There's Top Gear rules.
But he did. He was able to coast it back into Lincoln for Margie's and chips. So.
Yeah, you get some beers.
Yeah. So shout out to Jingles. That's
and
awesome.
he made it home, surprisingly.
I'm happy you participated in every way you could.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very hearty participation. Also, he apparently was messing with his friend's relays the night before, and then that E36 with the LS overheated in line to get on
go
top
up
of the
to
mountain.
Yeah.
I'm waiting in line to take a leak, and I see an enormous amount of smoke coming from what is directly where the Supra's parked. So I'm like,
Uh-oh.
oh, well, it's not mine, but I am pretty far from home. So
I in quick thinking, I'm like, well, geez, that thing's gonna go.
That baby's going up.
I got to move the Supra. So I proceeded to pull it out and away from said
Hey,
vehicle.
boys, you all right?
and
All right, I'm
move
going to
it
move.
10, 15 feet away.
yeah,
But yeah, he had an unfortunate spillover, if you will.
Yeah, fan never came on.
Yeah. So
The
he was in line waiting. I mean, we're talking E36 with big old LS swap. So
The Kank is, you know what? I haven't been on the Kankamangas Highway since I was a little kid,
yeah,
and all I hear about is how wild it is. It's like a straight road that goes uphill.
it would be really wild if there was no other cars parked anywhere and no other cars on the road, and it was just you.
I mean, no, but Bear Crotch Road,
Bear Crotch Road was the bee's knees.
because on the
was-
way back, we got Bear Crotch Road without anybody on it.
Yeah.
We'll get into the
Yeah,
that was
my super experience in Bear Crotch Road.
But however, the Kank wasn't that tough. Like, I've been on Tail of the Dragon. I've been on the Cali roads. Like, believe me, the Kank's cool. There's a couple views here and there, which are beautiful, but it wasn't as challenging as I thought. Now, the cooling on my M5 thought it was pretty challenging about once we reached the peak. And then I was like, all right, baby, you can calm down now. You can have a nice rest. Because I do have an airplane as a fan on that thing. So,
yeah. It's no, it's pretty mild in forms of spirited driving, if you will. But it's just a nice cruise.
how was your ride up in the brand new car?
Wonderful.
That's great. Let me tell you about what you do when you're in a 1988 car going up that hill with young Ben and his wonderful girlfriend.
now this is
Up the mountain.
actual
up
mountain.
the mountain.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You just stare at the goddamn temp gauge the whole time
Yeah.
and then pray that the fan comes on and pray that the fan's as crazy as you think it is. And it was. We never went over half.
Yeah, it was great.
I stared at the Speedo the whole time because in the Supra, you can be doing a speed that you think is half of what you're actually doing.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to make sure like I'm not doing 40 when I should technically be doing 20,
Right.
if that. So like I kept like making sure, hey, all right, we're good. And not only that, Josh and I were the whole time scouting spots. Okay, where can we stop? This is good. There's no clouds here. There's all this people parked here.
Yeah, you guys came up a little late. I went up with
Our drive was a long time up because there was a lot of pull-offs, a lot of stopping.
Yeah.
Buckley was behind me.
Yep.
And like was one of the lowest damn cars on the planet.
Yeah.
And it was fucking hilarious. Because I was like, well, if I don't have any problems, maybe he won't have any problems.
Yeah.
It was he took a picture of us out of our element. Ain't kidding. And we were behind some lady in some escape that would just like regularly stop. And like,
Yeah.
we're all in stick shifts with cars that are about to overheat. Could you please continue moving?
The interesting thing about stopping on the
He's gonna need keys.
dirt, actually, and I don't have keys for him today.
I'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
On the dirt road section, there was a lot of stopping that happened. And when you stop in the Supra and then you were to hit the fuel pedal again,
The old give it the fuel.
the tires would spin until they realized they needed to catch traction and then move you along.
So if you should just turn traction control all the way off.
Kind of dodgy when you're like stopped on a dirt road on the corner trying to go up this thing.
In a bit of a wide car. Yeah,
she's wide.
that begins to walk left or right.
Yeah. Josh, he's a little touch and go.
Oh yeah. No, I 100% do not like riding in anybody else's car.
Yeah. I could tell.
100%.
Not a right seat,
Yeah,
man.
We
not-
got to the second turn and I was like, oh, it's going to be a long drive up. Josh is not.
I do like
Josh, he's not having this.
I in my mind, every left or right turn, we were way too close to the right-hand side.
Yeah,
the
because-
gully in particular.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about going off the other end. That's fine. But I'm just like, I feel like I'm riding above the thing, like as if I was hovering over it. I'm like, this is not good. This is gonna suck when this thing falls in. Yeah.
Are we gonna skip Corey's E28 adventure?
No. We'll
No,
somehow
absolutely.
make a tie into that.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
We were driving from
We were
From-
driving from
Hooksett to Loon.
so hooks it to Loon.
Yeah.
And there was I was about going 9.5 in the middle lane,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then there was a crew of people going 12. This is before that.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking to Ben, who's in the car with me. I'm like, I'm going to back off at about 11 and let these guys go. But we're about to be passed by an R35 at 20.
Yeah. yeah.
And
I think that might have
this
sparked
R35
the whole
this
issue
R30,
here.
No, because the R35 was way behind him.
Yeah.
The R35 comes by, and we're both like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That guy's moving. So listen, it was a rally, so there were no specific directions.
Yeah.
Do as you
Driving your
please.
own risk, do as you please. Some guys were experiencing the freedom on the highway.
They were.
I'll tell you what, Mark 1s with VRs, those babies rip.
Yeah. I was one of the first people to get in the car and leave the parking lot from Hookset. However, I ended up in the back of the line because the way I wanted to leave was a one-way.
Oh, that's what happened.
That's why I ended up behind everyone. And
Okay.
as I'm driving, the weather was very gloomy and rainy or whatever. And as we kind of worked our way towards Loon, it got remarkably clear and blue skies, and the weather got really warm. And I'm vibing. I'm driving the E28. The engine's singing to me.
Just
It's just these beautiful views, and I'm moving along. The old road's open, and a wrap.
Okay.
And there's not much going around. I see once in a while, I see a car that's got a sticker on it from the rally, and whatever. We're moving along, and I was moving, and once you drive it, that's like a certain speed for so long, it just kind of becomes like this is the speed you're operating at.
the new speed.
And we were driving, and I saw a guardrail, and then the guardrail seemed to have a little extension at the end of it. And
bit
that
of a
happened to
movement.
be the nose of a police car. I saw the nose of the police car. I took a glance down, saw I was well north of 3 digits, and gave it a quick step, brakes, and it just immediately shut it down. Breakdown lane, just shut it down. There's no...
That's a Corey special.
Yeah. No.
No lights
no
necessary.
room
I'm
for
pulling over.
questions.
No. And that's what I've always said is if you're going to enjoy a vehicle in such manner, you have to then enjoy the repercussions
Pay
of
to
that
play.
as well. And I immediately, it's just out of respect. Hey, I'm not gonna try and like you have to pull behind me, and then I'm gonna pull over like I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
He came out of there full Dukes of Hazzard, tires spinning, dirt flying everywhere.
I wonder if that thing's got a Hemi.
That's what he's praying for that to be able to do the dirt pull-out.
Yeah,
That's what every cop wants.
Shouts to Officer Bozel. An incredibly nice gentleman. Approached the vehicle, introduced himself, and asked me what I was doing today and why I was traveling so fast. I explained to him that I was in a group drive and I was actually behind, and I was trying to get caught up to my friends. This way I was able to leave the next stop in time. And as I'm explaining this, a bunch of cars with the same stickers as mine come flying by. Boom, boom,
there they
boom,
are.
boom. And
Oh, wait.
as Chuck explained, the enormous fan on the back is
That's-
just going nuts. And he's like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I got a call about you guys. I figured I'd come up to the highway to check it out, and you were just kind of the first one to come through that stuck out.
You don't say.
I mean, not like we just drove by him at around 80 in a bright yellow Supra.
80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh and I both didn't know where you were,
Yeah.
and we were both like, who the fuck's Corey? Like, I would see my own car pulled over. He must be fine.
Yeah.
So we're in the parking lot, and someone pulls in and is like, Corey got popped! And we're like, oh, no. And Josh is like,
that's
yeah, he
weird.
just texted me. He got pulled over.
I forget what I said to Josh, but I think
let me
I
see if I can-
told him, like, they know where they know we're out
They
here.
know we're out here, yeah.
And Josh asked, what's up? I said, I'm with the police now. So my phone starts ringing. Contribution Chris is calling me. I text him back. Not a great time.
It's calling to warn you
Here's
about the police.
Saturday, 11:43 a.m. Someone called the police. They've been waiting for us.
Nope, just he's been waiting for you.
And I just asked, where at? I'm with the police now.
So, again, he was super nice. I explained the whole thing to him. He was like, all right, do you know how fast you're traveling? And I was like, you know what? I know it's about the speed limit, but I don't know exactly how fast. He informed me of the speed he says he caught me at, and I said, well, that's a bit quicker than I thought I was moving.
What's this, the Italian police?
Yeah, it's a bit quicker than I thought I was moving. Like, are you sure? Like,
is that kilometers?
and he says, yeah, I got you on the gun going the speed. I said, okay, fair enough. I give him my license and registration and the insurance.
$100 bill.
And he says, Corey, let me ask you a question. I said, yeah, anything, officer. He says, how good at you are relaying information? I said, officer, I'm the best at it. And I was to this point now in my brain, I was like, we've got a rapport going here. We had a conversation. The weather's beautiful. New Hampshire's beautiful. How's his day going? Yada, yada, yada. I think I'm going to be able to pull this one off. He comes back to the car, maybe 5-6 minutes later, gives me my stuff and says, here, this is to ensure that you are going to relay the information that you guys need to slow down. And I was like, to which point he informed me that he actually adjusted the ticket to a much, much, much lower speed.
More favorable number.
And an incredibly reasonable fine, to which I will happily pay and be about my business, be about my day, and go about my business and just go on with my drive.
Because someone came up to me and was like, I was going 100 trying to catch Corey. And I was like, all right, so, I mean, he might not be able to get out of jail, but we can definitely pick the car up.
So this may not be true. I don't know the laws, but I was informed that triple digits is like an arrestable offense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was close.
You think you were close. I mean, that Speedo's off.
Yeah.
I
Again,
tried pleading the Speedo was a little wonky, but then you know.
when
He saw
was,
the perfect condition of the car. That guy.
When's the last time his device was calibrated?
You know, I've tried that before. It never
You
goes
started
well.
with,
No,
listen,
I
first
can
off,
imagine. Yeah.
I pay you salary, so you
Yeah.
talk to me with respect.
I've had so many tickets over the course of my driving, let's call it career.
Yeah.
There's only one way to handle it, in my opinion, and there'll be plenty of people argue it.
Flee.
Not been there. Not the
Definitely
way to
not
do it.
flee.
I mean, he was a very pleasant gentleman to deal with.
For the situation, not that bad of a, hump to get over.
No.
It adds to the story, and
He did inform me that if I wanted to pull some shenanigans and plead innocent, that he attends every single court date, and I will be defending the clock speed, not the written speed, which is
Let me see that Cal cert.
which is not
From
not
being
going to
flat.
work.
right.
Median Performance says New Hampshire just does criminal speeding, no ticket, just summons to court.
Oh, that's good.
Ask me how I know.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I know how you know.
I escaped that,
Thank
Yeah.
God.
so that's good.
So that was before we get to the mountain.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was like, oh, Chuck, this is a long stretch, man. You're gonna want to hop in the Supra for this one.
Right,
I'll hop in
right,
the
yeah.
E28. I'm dying to drive the E28.
Yeah. I was loving the Supra. It was a nice
Let
little
me tell
ride.
you, she was
Yeah.
singing me some songs.
She sings
the
songs
weather
up
was
top.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I was moving and
Ideal
grooving.
scenario.
Officer, this thing sounds so good above 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
I just could not.
Well, I was going so fast because I knew you were waiting.
Yeah, I don't want you to have to wait for a long time.
I knew you were patiently waiting. Yeah. So, shouts to I don't know the town in New Hampshire, but Officer Bozel.
Probably better off not saying.
Yeah.
No, I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
They were fine. They were nice.
Everybody wins.
It was good.
There's no alleged here.
Yeah. No, it was the outcome.
Guy did it.
Could
Your
have
man
been
did
worse. Could have been worse.
Yeah, it certainly could have been worse. Having to sit in the car while everyone else who's on this, who you were claiming you were trying to catch up with,
Zooms
goes
by.
it.
flying by.
50 cars.
And we're at
flying.
the point now where, like, I don't know how this is going to go. This might go real sideways, and
Yeah.
it might be like, hey, someone's going to come get me.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can get my way out of it.
Yeah.
And, like, they're just flying by.
Best
I'm like,
possible scenario.
Yeah, oh, yeah, best possible scenario.
So you must be between us up front following those crazy people, and then the group was behind you. So you were in the middle of crazy.
Yeah.
I think Rotto Blue, someone was behind you.
Yeah, he was. Joey's son passed me. There There were a few other people.
Yeah.
I appreciate no one beeped. That never goes well. I promise you. That does not help anyone pulled over if you beep at them.
Yeah.
So
I'll keep that in mind.
So yeah.
So Corey got pulled over at one point. We made it to the top of the mountain with the cars. It was wonderful.
It was great.
It
we
was
got
awesome.
to shoot a bunch of pictures of the Supra on the way up. Those will be probably in the magazine and a few other places.
We had a moment we were all waving to you guys as you came up.
That was
You see
funny.
us
That
over
was
there?
hilarious.
Yeah, we were
it was-
looking
it
for
was-
it. We're like, well, there's no way we're going to miss this car.
Yeah.
All of us just bullshitting over there.
I wanted to point out it's important to note that we represented 10 states
No way, really?
on
Oh,
our drive.
yes.
Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, Maine, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and if you count the Supra, Texas.
Texas.
For me, the real MVP was Jesse driving all the way up from Maryland,
from and bringing the wah.
up and down the mountain
Yep.
in his awesome Tacoma, which is for sale. Hit him up. He's actually in there right now. And he brought an entire cooler full of
Oh,
the
wow.
sweetest of nectar.
Wow, it was
just
unbelievable.
Wow.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
My MVP was Turbo Mike showing up at the Fiesta ST he tuned the day before.
That was awesome.
How much was left on the table for those cars?
There were, according to Mike's tune, there was a lot left on the table. I think he
Really?
said 260, 300,
That's a lot.
which is crazy. He said
Especially in that thing.
he says a little dangerous for the rods, but not really going to load it up going up the mountain.
Climbing 7,000
He
feet.
was also my my accomplice on the way down the hill, which we did at about 6,000 RPM in first gear.
Right.
And there was a point where the woman in front of us pulled off, and we decided to find second gear.
Yeah.
And the amount of smoke, straight oil I dumped into Mike's car, he had to shut the window.
Really just building that up.
Oh, it was amazing. It was a lot of fun with Mike.
It was awesome to see him, especially after he's kind of been out of commission for a little bit, to kind of see him out. He was drifting, 2 days before or something like that?
Oh, absolutely.
So that was cool to see him out hanging out with everybody.
Yeah.
It was cool
Obviously-
hanging out with everybody on top of the hill too. I mean,
Yeah.
we hung out waiting for the Supra for a while. Everybody's
Yeah.
out bullshitting. All the FCP guys, man, what a crew. We really do. I mean, it sounds a bit pandery, but we really do have the best listeners, man. I had so much fun with everybody.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely wonderful.
Amount of people we talked to, or I know I personally talked to, who were saying how awesome it was to get out, hang out, do car things, all while not standing in a parking lot,
Right,
Like just
right.
staring at some. It was awesome to get out, drive for a bit, enjoy the cars, see everyone driving, stop for a bit.
Yeah.
And
Go to the bathroom, go to the gas station, get a drink, yada,
Yeah.
yada, yada. Whatever. Or for all the bozos who didn't bring a jacket, go to Target, buy a jacket. Or as Tim did, he went to Bass Pro for some reason.
Of course. Tax-free ammo.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, obviously.
Well,
It was a Revival Motoring tax-free ammo truck.
Bozo number one. But yeah, that was awesome. And then the amount of people who appreciated just doing something outside of the norm and also outside of anything that's been allowed for so
I was just
long.
going to say, it still allowed us to get together, do some cool and fun car stuff. You know, obviously people could be distanced, do whatever you want. Their masks, wear them, not wear them. You know, it just allowed us to feel, normal again. But then also, which was really cool to me, is just a lot of people never experienced Mount Washington. And
Yeah.
it truly is like
that was my first time.
an experience to be like, holy fuck, climbing this thing. And again, you're in your car or your project or whatever, and it just culminates really well.
And by the time the authorities catched up with where we were gone.
Exactly.
Better than that. And
that was very cool though. While we were leaving Loon,
the Loon police officer was
the
awesome.
cop just like
Blocked the
randomly
road.
just blocked the road and let everybody out. That wasn't, we didn't ask for that, nor even know something like that was going to happen. He just happened to see a lot of cars, and stop the other people so everybody could get out at the same time.
Tom had called me actually because he left a little ahead of everyone. Actually, shout out to Tom. Shout out to Talking
Shouts
Motorcycles.
to Tom riding the BMW with the sidecar.
Who drove up the mountain, who that exact bike took his father and his mother up that mountain.
That's awesome.
I don't even know how many years ago, but it's awesome to see Tom go out there and do it, especially after the extensive rebuild. He just put a ton of time and love into that bike. This way he'll be able to enjoy it for so many more years.
Yep.
And he hustled that thing up the mountain
Had a big
like an
old rally sticker
absolute
on there.
champion. Yeah.
Yep.
And it is cool to note that we are working on some other stuff too to come up.
I have an
Yeah.
idea to pitch after this that's not for the public.
Yeah.
We're definitely working on another type of driving event. We're working on another type of small invitee event. So
Yeah.
keep tuned, man. We're trying to. Everybody has so much fun. We're trying to make car events happen despite all the crazy circumstances. But I think everybody can agree that if you came on this event, you could be as safe or as crazy as you wanted to be, whether it be how you want to drive.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't want people doing
Right,
donuts
don't
and being
go
assholes. But you want to go fast on the highway, fine. Social distance is, if you want to stay back, cool. If you want to kiss everybody on the mouth,
Yep.
that's your business.
A lot of space in New Hampshire.
Lots of space in
Plenty
New
of
Hampshire.
space.
Mask up, don't mask up. Your boy gets to the top of the mountain with the mask on. I'll tell you what, some altitude going on up there. Going up them stairs, Jesus.
Bit heavy to breathe.
I'll take the Rona.
The first time I did it, I'm like, my God, I'm terribly fucking not athletic here.
I get
It's
to the
not
top.
great up there.
I hustled to the top, super excited. Josh stayed back. He had some pictures to take. I get to the top. I look around. I'm like, I don't see a single thing. Nothing.
Oh, yeah,
Just
because you're in the
Nothing.
clouds.
There's
Yeah.
just nothing.
Just fog and clouds.
But
Or
I think
cloud.
we'd be able to pull more stuff off like that, and
Yep.
it's kind of prime time. I think everybody realizes that, 2020 has sucked for car stuff,
Yeah.
and let's try to do some events that make it happen. Now, we will share that I think it's going to be very quick invites to the next one, because if we have more cars than we had, we're not going to be able to.
Certainly have to cap it, I think.
Yeah, it unfortunately could easily get out of hand very quickly, i.e., we did get kicked out of the first location or second location. Second location, because it was happened to be in a parking lot near another store and they didn't like it. So we had enough cars to where it could become a problem. And if more come, then it will be a problem. So
once the Rona breezes through, we can do stuff, go to lunch spots. That's the only reason we didn't have any food, is because,
right, there's
you
nothing,
can't call a restaurant right now and be like, we're bringing 60 cars.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Because
wonderful.
they're worried about regulations more than making any type of cash. So once we get that going, probably next year, we'll be able to do that. But we're going to do some more events.
And we even have some ideas for like an overnight one.
Yep.
There's obviously a whole country out there to friggin' discover.
Yeah, we're going to LA.
Yeah, we're just. Have you been to Tempe, Arizona? So yes, that's coming. That's our rally. Thank you very much. We truly love and appreciate everybody who came on and supported us, and got to have a hell of a day.
I don't know if he said it, but shout out to the FCP boys.
Shouts to FCP
Yeah.
I mean,
guys.
strong showing.
Those
Yeah,
guys
oh,
had
yeah.
a ride.
Yeah.
Strong. I mean, yeah. So at one point I looked over at Josh and I was like, Jesus Christ. I said, and Jade and crew are on their way back to deep Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also big shout out to all the weird people at the Tilton, New Hampshire Taco Bell.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Shouts to the guy building a 740 that had to tell us about it.
Yeah.
Shout
Who
to
chased me down
Talk
for
about
miles.
talk about my biggest Corona fear ever.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
No, he was talking, and I'm like, I gotta.
he was a close talker.
I
And
gotta clean my elbow.
shouts to the guys in the pickup truck that were definitely from Deep Swamp.
I didn't know there was a
Beautiful,
bayou in New
beautiful
Hampshire.
set of teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't know
Very
there was,
interested in the Supra.
didn't know there was a bayou in New Hampshire, but
We found it.
We found it. So shouts to those boys.
Yeah.
But now, Supra.
Drove it.
I'll open this up by saying I was a big hater.
Big hater. Yeah, generally.
Big hater. I think the biggest thing I hated about it was this long drawn out process
Release,
to get
yes.
there. Still not a fan of the front end. Love the car.
Front end, bulbous.
Bulbous.
If they just made that front knuckle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
It's
they
like
just
a
made
fist up front.
if they just made that knuckle flat,
yeah.
I think it looked cool. A
Like
lot of nose.
Like a boxer's knuckle.
Lot of
It's
nose.
So, like,
Yeah.
crushed.
Bring it in a bit.
It wouldn't. I think the back looks so cool that the front wouldn't make me not buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would always be like, God damn it, the hood is so weird on this thing. I'll tell you what. I obviously wanted yellow. It's a joke because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's the best color for that car.
I'm in love with the whole thing.
Would
know-
I buy a yellow one?
Probably
Never.
not.
But it is the best color for the car.
I think I would.
You think you'd buy a yellow one?
I would take that spec right now.
You would take the yellow one.
100%.
I don't know if I could
And
deal
why?
with the people.
So that's the
Yeah.
thing, is just because that car, and this is what I kind of teased before, like $60,000, $60,000, a lot of money. But the biggest negative about that car is the segment it's in.
Yes.
In other words, that price segment, the competition it has. Now, even though it has that competition, that car is a bit special.
It's hilarious that you guys complain about the attention in that yellow car because you've obviously not driven a purple Skyline around.
So that's
and had
right.
everyone behind you crashing into you basically to take Instagram pictures. But it is an incredible amount of tension. And
Yeah.
the yellow's great.
It's odd because it stretches across all genres, because I had people from, let's say, the import scene, the Euro scene, on motorcycles.
I had the Swedish car scene losing their minds over it.
It was just like everybody's thumbs up, waving. It's just like, holy shit, this is.
It's a Supra.
It
yeah.
makes it feel more expensive than it is. It makes it feel more special than it might actually be. I do think the thing's special, and it's a very important car. And I just like the whole deal. That car, I'd literally be fine with it, hypothetically having it as a daily, and I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
If you go down that route of touching, that's a whole nother deal.
I chip it.
Yeah.
But like, the thing's
By
perfectly
2021.
fine. Perfectly fine
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
it is.
I like that. I wish it was called a Supra.
Super.
It's kind of like a
Subaru.
Subaru.
Supra.
Supra.
But you said about the price. So it's $60,000, and I think the biggest discussion is the price on the car.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know if we all agree, but I think we should all agree that if you're buying a numbers only car, you're going to buy an M2 competition.
correct.
It'd be an M2
100%.
comp,
Because
or
it's
it would be a
Corvette.
GT350.
So
oh,
that's
it's,
not
GT3, it's GT350.
Not
CR?
59,995.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So just hits.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The thing about the M2, if you're going straight numbers, it's built by the same company,
Different motor.
better motor,
So,
stick
certainly.
shift.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things about the Supra that makes it special and annoying is that it is just a two-person sports car.
Yeah.
That's a bit hard to enter without knowing what you're doing.
Yeah. It's
And
weird.
it's very tight feeling. It's very in the womb feeling.
Yeah.
Where the M2 is going to be faster and it's airy. I've been in the M2. It's
Faster,
really nice inside.
way more daily friendly. You could,
Oh, absolutely.
It has
it's
some
just-
resemblance of a rear seat.
You can have people sit in the back. Like the back
Yeah.
of your car's great.
Yeah.
has a trunk.
Supra trunk's bigger than expected.
It is. It is.
We tested that.
Sound
We-
system in the Supra.
You can fit a full
Bangs.
body
Thank
in the Super trunk.
Yeah, Corey
well,
tested it, and then we
Corey-sized
realized how
body.
hard it is to open the trunk
Yes.
because you have to use the button on the key while
Huge-
Corey was buried in it.
Huge pet peeve with this thing.
Yeah, I have some of those written
button
down.
on the back.
No button on the back is lame
that's-
because there is a place you could put it where the
it's just
lights go.
why not? Especially if the car is unlocked, you either A, have to grab the key and hold it down, or B, open the door and hit the button inside. It's a thing that it sounds like I'm being,
No, but it's
very
annoying. It's
nitpicky,
happened to me a bunch of times.
but it's just like, what the fuck?
Over the
Matter
course
fact,
of just that one day.
right, because there were multiple times where I needed to get my camera out of the back. Well, I didn't have the key in my pocket because Corey happened to be driving that leg.
Yeah.
So I either have to go get him to hit the button or, hey, open the door, like whatever. It just, there wasn't an easy way to do so.
At $60,000 though, there's only one car that's actually a Supra. And if you value like Supra name, the cool font on the back,
Yeah.
the fact that it's a cool Japanese sports car, like I can see how you could talk yourself into it.
110%.
I could probably talk myself into it, honestly.
Because the
especially if it
again,
had more power.
The M2 performance wise, it almost blows it out of the water. Realistically,
right.
It's really not that close. And the M2 comp, I mean, you look at the ratings of that thing out of 10, damn near across the board is 8.9, 9, et cetera, et cetera. And I get that, and I'm a huge BMW fanboy, but the iconicness to the Supra, that's really like, it's like, all right.
Especially the font on the back. It's
Maybe
so
it's a
cool.
little
Yeah.
bit underpowered compared to the said competitors, but it's a Supra. Whereas, not that I'm very,
But it's a perfect segment. If you were growing up, right, in the Mark IV Super, like they all have 1,000 horsepower, the whole nine, and now you're older and you have some income and you can now afford to go out and buy something. I mean, realistically, do you want to go buy a 20-something-year-old Mark IV Super? They've all been modified. They're all way overpriced.
That's not the market.
No, but you can go buy the brand new one and you
Yeah.
can enjoy it and you can live in all your glory. And I see that being a perfect place for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think if you're wondering how fast it is, if you've driven like a new M3, M4, it's about that fast. I know they have more power than it, but that's just how fast it
it's
feels.
plenty fat. That's the
The low end torque is
Yeah, it's right
phenomenal.
there.
It feels great down low. At 5,500 RPM, it kind of falls on its face.
Loses
It
it.
doesn't fall on its face. It runs out of breath.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still fast, but
Yeah.
it's not pulling you anymore.
Yeah.
So that's about how fast it is. I'm definitely not let down with the power in the car. I think the power is great. I did read some crazy stuff about how it's crazy bump steer, and this is right before I went to a private track right near my house and pummeled the shit out of it on turns, etc. I didn't have any twitchiness or bump steer. I am used to driving rear-wheel drive old German stuff that's
Yeah.
probably pretty twitchy, whatever. But I was very impressed. I'm very impressed with how it holds the road. I know you got to go Bear Crotch Road with it.
Yeah.
It must have been just fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, both ways it was fantastic. I know on the way back when we had pretty much the road to ourselves.
Yep.
There was such little throttle input, and it carried so much momentum
Just
to the whole
ride
thing.
the torque.
I kept catching up to you guys and having you kind of like slow down and then get in the gas and kind of just coast. And it carried just so much momentum and speed and everything. It was,
And it handled everything extremely well.
yeah, like almost too comfortably.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Like almost
No, I get that
That's-
because
yeah.
you're saying you're just catching up and backing off. Like the only reason I was going that speed was because if I go faster than this and someone in an agent of the law comes by,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And with the Supra, I can see you could probably blast that road at like 90 miles an hour and be like, yeah, we're going 50.
A lot of false confidence there.
I don't. I think this earned confidence there.
Yeah.
It's just if I'm going that fast in that M5, it's screaming, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
yeah. With the Supra, could be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I mean by false confidence is you can maintain a higher rate of speed, but when something goes wrong, it's going to go wrong a lot faster.
Oh yeah,
Right, right.
But at least
Yeah.
that's traction control
Yeah.
and shit. I think the Supra it's interesting on sport mode. We had it like full murder mode.
Yep.
The amount of pops and bangs it does on the factory tune is ridiculous.
It's
It's fun for a day for sure.
and it makes you glad that there's a regular drive mode. You can turn sport mode off, especially on the highway.
Well,
Right.
one thing to note is that with the 2021, they dialed all that back.
Oh,
It doesn't pop as bang
Yeah.
as much. Well,
wow,
that's sad.
okay. So they
So
did bring it
although they
back a
did
little.
add what it was 60-something horsepower.
See,
to
that's
it,
what I was gonna kind
they
of
dialed
question.
back all that kind of tomfoolery of.
I question that. I question that. That figure.
I bet
is
they added half
accurate.
the horsepower they said they did
Yeah.
because there's definitely more than 330 horsepower in this car.
That's
There's
my
a
thinking.
lot. Turek had a dyno video. There's been a lot of like factory dyno videos, none of which I watched.
Me neither.
Obviously, doing serious research here. But now would be a good time to do that to see
Yeah.
what it's actually putting down.
Because I drove it in normal mode
Mhm.
on the way here, most of the way, and the way down to Connecticut today, and it is very comfortable.
Yeah.
As you said, it's kind of deceiving. I would definitely have like the 87 mile an hour speed chime on it, so you'd be like, okay, I'm going too fast.
I
No,
think
because that car wants to live literally comfortably at 90 miles an hour.
because even Josh was driving at one point, and we were doing 90 miles an hour, and he was like, "Jesus, like this doesn't feel like that." And he
Yeah.
slowed it down to like 70, and we felt like we were kind of like,
literally felt like I was
dragging ass.
crawling. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, but I was riding with Josh on the New Hampshire legs, same thing. I definitely, the only thing that really got to me, which is a strange thing, I ended up in this crazy storm in Connecticut today,
Ooh,
and
okay.
the windshield wipers just don't go fast enough. Like to the point where it's like, if this sustains, I'm going to have to pull over.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've never had a car and I had it on auto mode, I had it all the way crank mode. Wouldn't
Interesting.
change. I've never had it's like missing one speed of windshield wiper. Also, the windows down is a giant issue.
But
And I think they fixed it.
buffering inside that car, around 50 miles an hour, is like it makes your head.
Have you done it with one window down?
I don't think.
I'm sure it's-
so.
If you do
Even
it with
worse.
I don't
one
think
window
so.
down, it will bobble your head to where you get dizzy.
Okay, so that's what even with two
yeah.
With two windows
two-
down, it's still
all
ridiculous.
the way down, I felt like I was just a bobblehead that was sitting, on a garbage truck.
So one thing I did when I had it, I was driving it alone. Is both windows down. Obviously, the wind noise is ridiculous. I adjusted the seat so my head was in a different position,
Yeah.
and it was loud, but that like concussion like feeling of like the wind kind of in and out pulsating totally went away, which isn't something you should have to do. Like I don't should have to change my seating position.
If I was driving on the highway with both windows down, I just put like one hand on top of the mirror, all goes away.
Yeah.
So
they
that
just
and
need to
that's
throw
the
a piece of
weird.
plastic on the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Chuck and I were talking about that on. In
Josh
New
did that
Hampshire
with
at
his
some point.
elbow.
Yeah, like I
There's
put my
got to be an
elbow out and stopped
aftermarket.
it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's an aftermarket solution, but you shouldn't have to aftermarket.
Right. Have to
solution
worry
that.
about.
I wouldn't
that.
be
It's just-
surprised if
yeah.
you see it on the 2021 when
I
they
Oh,
bet there's a
absolutely.
small little change.
if there's a little thing on the mirror, because I
Yeah.
know
That's all it will
what
take.
is this? The new F-Series M cars
Yeah.
have that little like swoop on the mirror, and
Yep.
I want to say it's for the same thing.
Yep.
It's got to be for it. I always wonder. I mean, I know it's like a harking back to the like E36M mirrors,
Mhm.
but they don't connect, and that's got to be why.
Yeah.
Like a wing to kill that buffering.
One thing Chuck and I talked about, BMW's always did this thing. Well, not always, but as of recent, did this thing where you have somewhere to put your key,
Yep.
kind of like a little key holder.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to put your key.
Nowhere. Well, so I have here plenty of room for people, not much room for things up front.
no things.
No things up
I mean,
front.
it's got
Even-
decent sized cup holders, but
Except they're in a
Wait, how
such
do you
a
feel about the
shit
position
spot.
on them though?
they're fine.
They're
That's
behind
the-
you.
Yeah, they're behind you, and if you like to, like I typically put an elbow to the right of me if I'm just kind of cruising along.
I guess I don't drop my
if
elbow
there's
back enough.
anything in the cup holders, you can't do that.
I thought the wireless charging was cool.
Wireless
How is it
charging
getting your
is
cool in
cool.
and out? I found that annoying.
It was
Wireless
tough,
charging was
but
cool.
I mean, I don't think you should take your phone out while you're driving.
no, do you park and you're like wrestling out of the
Oh, they
cigarette?
get it out of
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
You
it
almost
was,
have to. I just started to push it back, lift it, and
Yeah.
then grab it.
I like that there was a wireless charging warning on it if you left it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The,
I think my biggest thing about that car, and Curtis just said 60, I thought it was 50. At 50 grand, it would be a must buy.
Oh,
This one was
100%.
what? The window
This
sticker on
was at
this one
59, maybe?
This was 57.
and change, right?
I forgot. 57.6. I
If
think.
you
So
were topping
58.
out at like 51, 52, like it would be in a league of its own, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was the 3.0 premium. And again, the 2021s. Let me just look it up.
It has
real
all the
quick.
safety features, which I use. They're fine. They make me realize how bad I am at staying in lanes.
Yeah.
Uh,
bet it fights you.
Oh,
It really
it'll steer you back in 3 times before it tells you
Yeah.
to put your hands on
So
the wheel.
the 3.0 GR Supra is 51.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this comparison, of course, the fucking website's not going to work. 3.0 premium now on Toyota's website is 55 or 54 and change.
And the yellow
And
paint
then the
cost a good amount of
A91
money.
55.
So I don't know what the difference is between this one and a totally stripped one, but at 50 grand with that motor,
Right.
I think it's cool. And,
Yeah.
and
And
it's a stick shift would still bother me, but
it truly is a pure sports car in every
Yeah.
way, shape, form, the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way you sit, the creature comforts, the lack of creature comforts. You get in it and kind of you should know what to expect.
I think it's something you could purchase and get away with as a multi-use vehicle. It's like, hey, I'm gonna drive this to work every day, but then on the weekend, like I'm gonna go to the autocross or I'm gonna go to a track day. Or something
yeah,
like
if you
that.
if you didn't have kids,
yeah,
if you have
yeah,
kids,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. I mean,
No,
Yeah,
no,
there's
there's
of
nothing.
course,
You can't
of
put it into
course.
the back of that car.
No. I mean, even like with my camera bag, couldn't put that up front with anybody sitting in there.
But
had to
that
go in
brings
the
it down to
back.
married guys. It's got to be a fun car. If you have kids, it's going to be a fun car.
Just
Now,
a fun
some
car.
married guys
Yep.
don't have kids.
So
solid
Oh,
call.
here we go. Child factor. 11 and 14-year-old boys love the thing.
My daughter
Absolutely love the
thought
thing.
it was so much cooler than any of the cars I already own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it.
How
My
did it make
son,
you feel?
It was hard.
my son Preston.
I was like, baby, but the Skyline's double as fast and it's purple. I like the yellow car.
Yeah.
You're sleeping in
Okay.
the garage.
My son Preston in particular, Sunday when I said, "Oh, come for a ride with me. We got to go trade this thing out." So Corey can drive it, and he's like, "Wait, in the car? We get to go in the car, the yellow car?" My daughter, who's 3, obsessed with it. Yellow car,
yellow.
small. She kept calling it the small car,
Yeah.
Small car.
and she was obsessed with it as well. And he was just like, "This is the best day ever. This is the coolest thing I've ever been in." Like he
That's
was
awesome.
obsessed with it.
My daughter freaked. I took her for a ride in it. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Let her
Yeah.
drive it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Took it out.
Obviously.
Taught him how to do donuts.
One thing I wanted to bring up, obviously, we kind of passed it a little bit already, but the no popper for the trunk. There's also nowhere to put your hand to lift the hatch.
Correct.
Yes.
You got to like put it in the crack.
So you gotta
I-
kind of
I-
Deep in the
jam your
crevasse.
fingers in there.
This is going to sound worse than it actually is. I had to shove my finger in the crack
Yeah.
Mhm.
slightly just to give it a little lift. And
Because if you don't
that's how
get
I
it,
did
if you don't
That's
get
a
it
solid
enough,
technique.
it'll shut on you
It
again.
was shut. Yeah, exactly.
And then you
Matter
gotta
of
figure
fact,
out-
I think that
I
happened.
couldn't
once.
figure out how the key opens it. Either
think
do
you
I
just
hold
hold
it?
it.
Do I double click it? Do I
Yeah.
triple click
Yeah,
it?
I was
have to be
double
doing a
clicking it.
handstand?
Right, exactly. I have to go ass first, just like COVID. So there are some quirks to it. One, my biggest pet peeve with this thing is the fact that it can't and doesn't recognize an Android Auto based phone.
However,
so dumb.
Apple CarPlay, wow.
Wireless,
So
right?
that's
Wireless Apple CarPlay works so beautifully. It was like this is the only way it should come,
Right.
with some sort of CarPlay thing, whether it be
Yep.
Android or whatever. Only annoying thing, which is nothing to do with Toyota,
it's just
is that you can't arrange how you want it. You always have to have like Apple Maps there and present
okay.
with something else. So like if you wanted to swap it out to Waze, you have to run Waze and Apple Maps.
Nothing to do with Toyota should be the model of this car.
Yeah, no, it's true.
The BMW interface on it, if you're used to it, It's great. I
Yeah.
think the home screen way, so you can have a bunch of stuff up at the same time, is cool. But some of the menu digging, like I'm used to it, it's the same as my F10.
Oh my
Some of the
God.
menu digging, you're just like, what
It was
am
almost
I doing?
infuriating to me trying to find some of the driver assist, turn something, driver aids off, trying to find certain things. I was just lost in the infotainment system.
I don't think it's anything that if you wanted this car, you couldn't live with at all. I think
No,
it's-
once you once you get it and adopt it and kind of familiarize yourself, it'd
yeah,
be
but at
fine.
first it can be a bit frustrating.
At first, like I'm just like, well, how the fuck do I even connect my phone? Where is that? It was just like 3 or 4 menus deep, and it wasn't very intuitive, if you will.
I think, I mean, just to sum up my thing with it, if you can get one for like 50 grand,
Yeah,
I think it's a great car to buy.
It's
I
be-
think it's $10,000 less than the M2. And let's face it, like, are you going to really be able to pull an M2 for 60?
Yes.
You
Are
can.
you?
You can get
There
them
are-
off the lot at 60.
There are actually ones offered at 59 and 60.
So you can
There's
get
like
close.
5 or 6 right now within 100 miles
But if
of
these
us.
things are 50, can you beat them up for 40?
Probably not
but
40,
high
but
40s
high 40s, but same thing as if you can beat them up
on the,
at
on the M2.
But
I think if 50, like a stripper model, puts it in, I don't know what the differences are. I know it's not engine transmission or anything, so I wouldn't mind having shittier seats in that thing,
yeah,
shittier materials, and a less of a sound system maybe.
and I'm sure
To
it's-
go with a fast toy car, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that comes with that like I just don't care because it's going to be a toy car for a guy with kids.
Yeah. And earlier I hinted at and even said, I think this car is very important. Well, that's true because Toyota didn't have to make this car.
Right.
They
didn't.
They didn't make this car essentially, and
Yeah.
why is obviously kind of everybody knows it's designed and engineered by BMW. But Toyota listened, it sounds like, and finally did make it. And they didn't want to spend the money to have this thing built, so they hired somebody else to engineer it,
I think
and
it was
then
a
they
great option for
hired
them.
somebody else to build the car,
yeah.
and that's okay to me. Like,
Yes.
okay, so what? I'm over it. Like, it's just, but you still have a Supra that looks the part and sounds the part. And unfortunately, like we've talked about, the Mark IV Supra has been built up to legendary status.
Yeah, but no one that says that has ever driven a stock Mark IV Supra, which I've driven, and they're
the cars didn't come with 1,000
Yeah.
horsepower.
they're
That's not what.
they're just not great to drive. If you're
Right,
honest.
right.
But so the issue we all talked about is if you have to buy a new car, especially at like 50 grand, it makes some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're including used performance cars,
Right.
like
then you get
if you're
into-
not buying a 997 Porsche of some sort,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I don't see
again,
any reason. I
like
don't see any reason you wouldn't.
Like we said, that $60,000 mark. Let's
That
call it
could get you-
50 to
that
60.
could get you a lot of 997.
Get
Yeah, opens
fucking-
opens a different door. At
Get
50,
you a C8
doors are
now.
closed.
We have seen C8s
If
with
you're
that
stuck on
actual
new,
price
but
tag.
if you're stuck on used, man, there's so
Right,
much stuff for
and
that
that's,
kind of money.
We actually had that discussion on the drive. It was, well, is it this? Is it the
But it depends what you're doing.
996? Is it 997? It all kind of tickles your fancy. But if you want a pure sports car that you can hop in and drive, that has seemingly
Quite
we
comfortably,
don't
I must
know
add.
don't
Yeah.
know for sure long term, but Toyota reliability. It again looks the part. It's flashy. The M2's, again, performance one thing aside, but it certainly is a bit more mature, if you will,
Mature.
and you can hide in that thing a bit more.
One thing you can't hide is when we were driving home, it was dark and we're doing on the highway, and as I think I told Josh this, as car like headlights and taillights are kind of reflecting off this car, it looks so like menacing and like just something special. It
Right.
just
Yeah.
like radiates the fact that like this isn't a normal vehicle driving down the road.
It's way specialer than most of its competition besides the C8.
And that's the thing. Like it was weird. I come across, or after the fact of this car, I come away thinking, man, this thing's a bit more special than I even gave it credit for.
Right?
Yeah.
And they don't make any shitty editions of it yet, which they're gonna.
And that's not even like I don't mean that at all by just special because of the way it performs. It's just the whole mix of the thing.
Yeah,
And
there's an aura that comes off of it
it's
that I
you're
think kind of
driving a Supra.
Yeah.
And that aura that was derived from the Mark IV and that legendary status, it's carried over. And maybe some people are disappointed with it. Okay, but I don't really know why.
yeah.
Because it does its job being a sports car called the Supra, wearing that Super badge very well.
Oh, it's way better than the Mark IV was stock.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And I like
derived from the legendary Celica Supra.
Yeah, because I mean, and they're 20-something years apart. You know, there's a lot that's changed over this course of time. And
Oh yeah, I think even in retrospect of the cars available at that time, like this thing's a lot better than a lot of the stuff out now.
Could do without the wheels.
Oh my god,
Wheels are
those
interesting.
wheels are terrible.
they look great spinning.
Right, but
They
you can't see the
do,
terrible extra
yeah.
spoke black. Spoke
No, but you
things.
can see that there's
A bit of two-tone.
you can see the bit of two-tone. However, when they're spinning, they look like, oh, this is a good-looking wheel. The size is very appropriate. What is it, 19 by 9, 19 by 10?
Actually, it does the wheels pretty good size wise. I'd immediately get different wheels for
Stationary, no bene.
it. No,
Yeah.
Not for me. But I mean, it seems to be that's a hit because there's a lot of cars that get in the same style wheels.
Yeah. That's just the thing in the industry.
Yeah.
That and the fucking stupid red stripes on everything.
I would immediately switch those wheels out. That's my only gripe. I mean, obviously, I don't like the hood. I think it's too bulbous.
Not much you
but
can do with that.
Not much you can do, but the wheels you can definitely swap a set of work emotions on it, make them one color. Don't care which one
Buy
it
them
is.
the same. I buy them
great.
the exact same size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I was trying to do some research into, actually, this is something Chuck posted up his Instagram story. They painted, they powder coated, what are they?
What's the finish?
So I tried to do like kind of a dig on like what's the finish on them. Couldn't really find anything. However, there are a lot of sets available used.
right.
Like a lot of sets.
I mean,
And
yeah.
not for short money either.
Yeah.
You're talking like $2,000 for a set of Supra wheels that someone took off their car to definitely buy a set of $2,000 work wheels to put on there and call it a day.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think obviously we'll have to see when the 2021 Supra starts hitting the kind of the dealer.
Grab one of those from Toyota, see what we think.
Yeah, see, we can do a compare and contrast.
We're gonna try to.
But
and I even want to compare the 4-cylinder.
yeah,
I want to compare the LC500.
yeah,
That
You hear
too.
me?
Shout
with
out
some
to Toyota.
improvements they made and stuff they changed, and I want to see.
Be very interesting to feel butt dyno wise power.
Be interesting if we only do super reviews on the show.
Yeah.
That's it. In for the long haul. But no, shouts to Toyota. Thank you very much for obliging us and giving us a car for a week to review. And we didn't really drag it through the mud. If it sucked, I would say it sucked. But I
I think
genuinely,
it's nice.
I genuinely would be more than content having one of those.
We're proud to be the first one up Mount Washington.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That
that's
we
First
know of.
Mark V Supra, I think. We're
Huge.
claiming it now. First one.
parked on the side of the road to take some photos. People going up and down, losing their mind.
Yelling, beeping.
Yeah, everyone.
People, the driver of said SUV hanging halfway outside the window like, this is the best one with that sticker. I just remember that guy.
Yeah, that was
Shut up.
interesting.
Yeah.
It gets a ton of attention if that's
Yeah,
what
it does.
that's what you like and you want something. Hey, I'm gonna
Get
spend
the yellow.
$60,000 on something, and
Yep.
I want to be noticed.
Yep.
Yellow Supra.
Stands out.
I want a white one with white mirrors.
I'd go white one with the black mirrors, kind of like a little stormtrooper.
Definitely don't want red mirrors.
stormtrooper helmet.
No, yellow
Silly.
and red mirrors with. Oh, that's another bit of a pet peeve. The brakes, color red,
Red?
Yeah, the red's interesting on the
As
yellow.
God intended.
bit Ronald, if
Yeah.
you will,
Little ketchup and mustard for
Yeah.
you.
bit Mickey Donald's. Could take those in black, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean anything negative I had to say about it is such like really kind of nitpicky.
It's just quirky stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like the Android stuff. I mean, the ingress egress, getting in and out of the thing. Once you kind of learn where to bend your head, because
You're
it's a
good.
weird little angle there in the where the A pillar meets the top of the door, you can actually angle your head in properly. And by the end of the day, I was getting flying in and out of that thing.
We should do a get in it with a helmet challenge.
Oh
Because
my
there's
God.
no way anybody can without
With a
slapping
helmet,
the head.
no, I'd hurt my neck.
I would
be
think-
hurt for weeks.
I thought that, or I would think that when they did the testing and the design and everything like that, there had to have been a mannequin exactly my size.
Yeah, you're the one for it.
Because it's like a breeze in and out,
Yeah.
like, and especially with the height from the roof line and everything like that, and
Yeah.
like seeing, I was like, this is just like weird how it just fits. It's
I
like
mean,
it's like an
once-
old worn-in shoe.
Once I was in there, I was more than comfortable.
Yeah,
like it was just like seating position was great.
Incredibly comfortable for long drives.
I literally could have drove cross country in that thing.
I parked it too close to my M Coupe in my garage, and I had to get in it, and it
Oh,
was
God.
like without opening the door all the way.
Yeah, gymnastics.
It was like Cirque du Soleil. I mean, I swear to you, I thought I was gonna have permanent damage trying to get it. Like, And then like you get your body and you're like, how am I gonna get my head through this thing? So like the window's open, so you're like the door's shut, and you're oh my god,
I
got in though.
that is one thing. I 100% hypothetically, if I had that thing and ran to the store or something, and somebody parked too close,
You just be in trouble.
I would just be waiting outside.
Yeah,
till
you
they
just gotta
arrived.
wait, yeah.
There would be no because there's no going in the other side, crawling over.
There's no way.
None of that.
Yeah, crawling over is interesting with the way that
Yeah.
console's set up.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we should stop talking about Supra.
Yeah.
We really like
Yeah,
it. Thank
so
you,
that's
Toyota.
it.
Thank you, everybody that came on the rally.
Yeah, thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Supra.
Yeah. Just yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that. How much I like that thing. So again, thanks Toyota, and hopefully we can get a 2021.
Yeah.
Let's get into questions.
Let's get into question.
Let's do that. Give me question.
Here we are. Question.
Oh boy, yeah, we're
Oh, boy.
pushing boundaries here.
Oh boy.
Hold on, we'll make the speedy round. All we do is clean.
All we do is clean.
Worst engine bay to work in.
There's only
Mach
one
5
answer.
GTI.
No.
That's like
300
quite literally the
Oh.
best.
300 ZX twin turbo.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or a 3000 GT VR4.
Or any of the new Porsches, right?
Nope.
Can't you like? I can't even see in there.
It doesn't matter if you can see it. You can at least get to it.
Yeah.
300 ZX.
There's a
and
lot of
3000
plastic that
GT.
can come
That
off
can
so you can
move,
get to
yeah.
it.
Yeah, the 300 ZX is literally just a sea of steel.
Yeah.
You can't lose the 10 mil.
No, the 10 mil.
It just sits right on
Yeah,
top.
it
right
just
there.
lands wherever it lands. JH_creative. Anyone else lose money in Young Ben surviving the mountain drive?
No,
Yes.
you did good because Chuck drove him up.
I
Yeah,
drove him up.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
young
a-
Ben, did you bring a jacket?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Hey, there you go, Paul McGrath.
GTI Joe.
GTI Joe.
How fast did you go in the Supra?
Can't tell you.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Faster
if I
than
went
the
that
M5.
fast.
Yeah. I mean, on that day, I didn't really go, but
I don't think I
I've-
went that fast, if I'm being honest. I mean, you don't notice how fast you're going,
Yes.
but I didn't do anything like
I was
an
no,
R35 drafting us at 20.
I was going to say certainly no top speed run, but spirited, if you will. Rado Blues R32.
Rado
which,
Blues
Which
R32.
holds more pasta, RS6 wagon or M wagon?
It depends if you can
RS6
put the pasta
wagon.
in the grill. But yeah, the M wagons. Well, if it's an M3 wagon or a 6 wagon, if it's an M5 wagon, it's going to be a battle to the death.
Yeah, I'd say RS6 wagon.
I seen the booty on her.
Booty tight.
Let's see. Kevin401. Who
Kevin
has the
401.
best clam chowder in Rhode Island?
I don't eat clam chowder.
Best clam chowder in Rhode
The
Island
Blount?
is it's oh my god, it's the place right downtown. Oh my, I can't let this go because it really is the best clam chowder in Rhode Island.
Legal seafood?
Massachusetts, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Uh,
I eat nothing that comes out of the ocean. So,
hold on.
I'm a big chowder guy.
are you?
I like chowder.
It's not for me.
That's not chowder.
Yeah. It's not
Oh come on, don't
not
do
a
this
meal
to
I
me.
enjoy.
While he's looking
Hemingway's in
Hemingway's?
Providence, their chowder is
Oh, really?
fucking ridiculous. It's a $2 upgrade to the bowl. Get the bowl every time, even if it's an appetizer.
What is it? A cup of bowl?
Cup of bowl.
Okay.
And Hemingway's, it's a fairly expensive restaurant, but Jesus, the chowder's so good they stopped entering the competition.
Because it's that good. They
Had
just
to
got
let 'em
nothing,
catch up.
Nothing to prove.
It's like Donkmaster giving them a year to catch up.
Let's see.
God, I need Hemingway's. Young Ben, run to Hemingway's.
Hold on. Let me look for a couple
Uh-oh.
good ones. Corey, here's one. David B. Ball 13. Favorite
Ball
Boston
13.
hardcore band or bands?
it just, for me, there's nothing that tops Half Heart.
There you go.
Arch Slave 84. How was the hill climb this weekend? I think
Wonderful,
we discussed that pretty
That's
intuitively.
awesome.
Missed you out there.
Uh,
Could have been a nice drive up from Texas.
M. Alexandro for Corey.
And Alexander.
Fuck, marry, kill. Fox Body, his Polo, or the Supra.
I would kill the Supra, marry the Fox Body, and fuck the Polo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true to you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
True to
Quick
the
side
roots.
note, by the way, you can't see shit out of the back of the Supra.
No.
No.
Yeah.
The backup cam is super high definition, but you can full screen it.
I'm talking about when you're trying to pull out into traffic that may not be at a perfect 90
Oh, you're
degree
dead.
angle.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
dead. Just
Yeah.
hammer it.
Easy.
Track mode, hammer it.
Yeah.
Launch it, actually.
Yeah.
James Finley, 1998. No
James
question,
Finley.
just a big shouts for you guys for putting on such awesome events.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
He says, thanks, guys. Yeah, thank you, man.
Big shout.
Rado Blues R32. If
Rado
one
Blues.
drives it like they stole it, are they driving fast or inconspicuous?
Fast.
That's my
Yeah, one would
thought.
hope inconspicuous though.
Jingles the Clown. Last
Jingles.
but not least, thanks again for organizing the Rally of Sorts, boys. Great times, mostly.
How's the view of the top of the kink, James? That's crazy, man.
It happened to him at a great spot.
Yeah.
You're
Nice
he
coast
could just
back.
coast all the way back down. There were a bunch more questions today, but this is already a very long episode. So hit us up next week. We will be back. And that is going to do it.
Next week, are we back a little later because we're doing a thing before?
Is it the 26th? Yes.
So
Next week, we'll
6:30-ish maybe?
yeah, probably 6:30-ish on the live stream if you are interested in that. So probably a little bit later. Might have a special guest hanging out. Not exactly sure yet. But we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
See you guys. Thank you for listening.
Hit up the website. Peace.
Peace.